We are fishing for the biggest fully scaled mirror in the country. What did I say?
Yep, that's the one. There's usually an extended intro building the excitement for what's to come.
But, like the film, we are doing things a bit different this time round.
Every time I see a glimpse of anything, I'm like, hey.
I'm not sure if we've said it before, but we are on a mission to catch the biggest fully scaled mirror in the country. A £60 crown jewel, creme de la creme of British carp.
Oh my lord! No need to milk this one. That's about as exciting as it's ever going to get.
I've written down, this is for the editor, Sean. We are going to catch it. I've written this at the beginning.
Yep.
So when it's all done,
You can
we
say
go,
I said it.
told ya.
Weren't a fluke.
but if we don't catch it, I'll rub that out.
Yeah, rip that page out, can't
Yeah.
you?
Yeah.
That's fine.
Location, the Manor. A 5-acre, super weedy, ultra clear heritage venue in the heart of the Test Valley. The stock is said to be around 100 carp, but the biggest challenge with small lakes is that these fish are never far away from rigs at any time, so they have seen absolutely everything.
So we really had our work cut out for us.
I'm going to give you a bit of an update. We are about 24 hours in for the cameras being put in. We've got 2 spots and we're going to wait for fish to come in, feed, clear the bait, put more out, and then hopefully we're going to gain the confidence of the fish before we actually start fishing. A little bit like you would do floater fishing.
Yeah, exactly.
Know what I mean?
Get them confident, put a hook bait out, get a bite.
Yeah.
Along with the 2 main spots, we had a 3rd spot with a smaller test camera on it synced up to a phone. We were going properly Big Brother on this lake. The big fully had nowhere to hide.
Yeah. What's that?
Yeah.
Oh, that's a nice one. Is that one of them commons?
Come on,
Come on.
come on,
Eat,
come on,
eat,
drop,
eat.
go down. That's one of them opposite of commons.
Mirrors.
Mirrors, that's what that was.
As the trip goes on, the notes are going to get shorter and shorter.
Yeah.
Carp background.
Over the next few days of staring into screens, there were definitely
Carp background.
so much so, some of us were getting a bit too relaxed.
I sharted the other day. Actually, the other day, pushed a fart out and it was...
No. Fish on the left-hand spot.
I think the hardest part of the underwater trips, right at the very outset, you're doing them in the spring and you're spending lots of time watching carp cruise past the spot without any thought of dropping down to eat what we're trying to put in front of them. And I guess it hits home why I want to fish zig so much in the spring. They're cruising around, they're using any energy they've got, just milling around the lake, not really thinking about eating loads and loads of bait, and a well-suspended bit of foam would probably catch them, but that, you know, that's not what we're here to do.
This bit of this trip does its best to suck the life out of you, doesn't it? And the confidence, but I'm not going to let it.
No, it's not going to. We shall not allow that.
History does say, though, that it takes a long time for them to sit and eat on the spot. So you're sitting there the first few days, it's boring, but you know it's going to take a long time anyway, so you're just going through the motions, aren't you?
Every day, up early.
Slow start, slow start, gal.
We were ticking through what was supposed to be feeding days.
I'm not going to lose my mind with this. I'm determined not to.
First using a mix of boilies, pellet and corn, and then in combo with a special nut mix that Justin, the fishery owner, had started using on the venue. Not only did we have underwater cameras at our disposal in these areas, we had drones too.
Let's have a look.
Oh yeah, there's one about to join him.
There's another
There he
one.
is. We told you we were going Big Brother on its ass.
It's a real big...
Fat one left.
And instead of carp feeding on our spots, they were rinsing the shallows. So much so that we decided that would become one of our main spots.
Kevin, message from Jacko. He said you look alright in them shorts.
It's always like this the first few days. It takes a while to settle in and get what we came for, but once we did, it was like winning the lottery.
Yes! Yes! Well done, the lads.
16. Another 2 fish.
Mate, there's another one coming in from the right, okay.
And
Now we're in. You never know that they're going to feed until they actually feed in front of this larger camera. It's always a worry of ours. And there's always so much riding on these trips. We've got so many people here, so many man hours go into it. And to actually see them feed properly on the camera is the biggest. They're back in numbers, there's 3 of them. It's in the hill.
It's Spetterfish. He's quite a small one, him. Look. He might
Oh
come
my
in
god,
on edge of frame
oh my
here.
god, it's on. Oh my god, it's on. Oh my god, it's on. Oh, it's on. Oh, it's on.
Look. And another one. Another one
Oh
on
my
the back.
god, look how good it looks.
He's coming down.
4 days in and we had feeders on the main spot.
Sweet
Shan.
Sweet Shan.
And not only that, they continue to the point of us now having a little crew. So let us introduce the cast of the underwater.
White Patch.
Underwater is on.
OG Crinkle.
Ah, Crinkle's nice.
I like Crinkle.
What a guy.
What a character.
What a lovely fella he is.
The Butler.
He's the butler to the Lord. He's just cleaning the spot so it's convenient for the Lord to come in and feed.
Okay.
That's what he's doing.
Is that what it is,
That's
is
what
it?
all good butlers do.
Yeah.
You got to prep a zone.
Hey. I didn't put 2 and 2.
Yeah.
Hopefully the big un.
That is it.
And some whose names need a bit of explanation first.
He's got a really crisp bumhole, that one. Have you noticed that?
No.
Well, we're going to have to call it Bumhole, haven't we?
Starfish. No, it's not starfish, it's like a proper bullet wound.
But more on that later.
We said to the lad at the Farnborough show we would do a fish bump.
Nils lost it.
No, we were doing this. This was this
Oh,
little
yeah,
lad.
oh, the lad
Fish
that-
bump.
no, I do remember,
Yeah.
actually, yeah,
So
go
we
on.
said we'd do a fish
Okay,
bump.
what is it then?
It says swimming like a fish. Fish bump. We've done a fish bump.
There you go, Boise.
There you go.
Said we'd do it.
That has to go in, Sean, lad.
I'm only going to record this now if something different happens.
Yeah. Oh, there. That's different. We ain't seen him before. Definitely haven't had him in. That is definitely a new fish.
I'm trying to get a picture of these now. So we've got... Dusk is unreal at the moment, isn't it?
Joke. Like you said earlier, now's when we'd be recasting our rods, getting ready for the night ahead. Could be absolutely ruining chances.
I think that's a really important takeaway from these.
Yep.
Like we've noticed that every single time we do one of these, dusk, certainly this time of year, seems to be really productive. There's always fish in there feeding, but normally this time of night I would be getting my rods ready, and almost everyone does.
Yep.
Because you've obviously got the whole night, you want your rigs fresh for the morning, but maybe we're missing a really important time on dusk. Like if you got your rigs ready at 3-4 o'clock in the afternoon, you'd get one now.
Yeah.
Whereas normally you're trying to hit the clip and getting it done just before dark. It's something I've noticed actually over the last 2 underwaters, I'd say, and it's really evident in this one, that in the evening, the feeding spells are as strong almost as first light. So normally for me, dusk is nowhere near as good as first light, but actually when I look at my own fishing, I'm always putting my rods out right at the last minute, and that had cost me fish in the past, I'm sure of it, because when you see how hard they're feeding, you're definitely missing an opportunity if you're not set and ready to go at that time. So from now on, and I've done it a little bit already, I'm going to make sure that I'm putting my rods out at 6, 7 in the evening if it gets dark at 9, instead of doing it at the last minute, because I'm definitely losing fish.
With the light fading fast, I went out to rebait the spots with a little less than a kilo of cell and essential cell 10 millers, corn and a bit of zhuzhi, aka the nut mix, to keep them grubbing around all night. We'd been rebaiting as soon as we turned the cameras off each night to hopefully make sure we had traffic for when we turn them on in the morning. In your own fishing, you'd want to top up a few spoms going into dark, as unlike us, you'd have rigs out and if all is well you'd be getting bites, after which you'd top up a few spoms, so just a slight tweak on what we were doing here.
Today's the day, boy cheat.
It is indeed.
I've got all my I feel like a kid when he goes fishing, you know, when you get all your little bits out.
Yeah.
Got my catapult. I've got a receiver that we definitely don't need.
No.
But I thought it's nice to see it go off anyway.
So it adds to the excitement.
What have we got then? No bait, no fish,
Yeah.
which is perfect really, isn't it?
What is really, it gives you a chance to get your rods out, no disturbance, put a bit of bait out, a little bit of zhuzh.
But it's usually.
Yeah. Yeah, I like it. Excited?
Yeah, I am.
The moment was upon us at last. 6 days in and it was finally time to deploy the rig. The technology was what I always use, a spinner rig made up of a 5.5 inch 25 pound boom hook link, a size 4 crank and a 12mm pineapple goo soaked pop-up fished on a helicopter setup. Going by the previous underwater, the rig is ultra effective when you spread the bait out and force the carp to drop down onto it almost as a single. But we're fishing on small clean patches amongst big banks of weed, so we've had to bait tighter than we'd like. Whether that would be detrimental to the rig's effectiveness, we'd have to find out.
I like it.
Game on.
Do you like it?
Game on.
Yeah, it doesn't look like much bait, does it?
No.
Yeah, that's like, felt like between 5 and 10 handfuls of both boilies, so cell and essential cell, so probably 15 handfuls I reckon.
Yep.
And then 5 sprays of corn, which felt like there's like a lot of items out there, but it looks like there's nothing there.
Yeah, I do think a lot of it gets obscured anyway, so you're not seeing every bit. You can see where I said a few bits are caught up in the weed, look. But they're just going to knock them down as they swim through it. Now, we're already over a week into the session, and the type of bottom that we want them to feed on, we've been feeding, and we just can't get them to touch down. So when you've got a spot at the opposite end of the lake, in the shallows, where they're feeding aggressively, the first thing we notice is that it's on really chunky gravel, which ordinarily we'll do everything to avoid, but sometimes your hand is forced into casting out. That's what you had to do.
Yeah, and results sort of say in the past that it's not good, but we actually don't know why at this stage, do you?
No.
The rig looks okay. It's presented because it's a pop-up, and I guess we'll find out why it isn't good. But I still don't I still don't fish on it. I don't like it. The main thing for me is not the main thing. There's lots of important things, aren't there? One is that you convert when you get picked up.
Yes.
The second thing is that you get picked up in the first place, and you get picked up a number of times for the amount of fish that are in the swim. So, and for you to get picked up, you've got to, one, have good presentation, and sometimes, to definitely have good presentation, you've got to downgrade your effectiveness a little bit. Slightly longer hook link like we used, and a pop-up, which might not get picked up as much, but also is more effective. So it's sort of like, I feel like this rig is in between. I know I'm going around in circles here.
No, but I hear what you're saying.
So I sort of feel like you get the presentation there, no matter what, because it's a slightly longer hook link than Dan would use. Dan would use like a 3 or 4 inch hook link, which is super effective, but also you don't get the right presentation a lot of the time. I think that's why I think this rig is so good, because it's the perfect middle ground as well as being super effective, I believe. And you can feel that when you're fishing, can't you? A lot of the time when you've got fish on you, you cast it out and you get a bite.
Yeah.
Which means it's presented, you've got a good pop-up on or a good hook bait on, which means they want it and they're getting it in their mouth. And it actually does convert at least half the time, I think.
Hook bait is so important as well.
Yeah, because it can be as effective as you want it to be, but if it's not getting picked up, it ain't getting
Doesn't
picked
matter.
up.
Exactly.
You've got to treat the tea bag with respect, like a good woman.
It was a very cold morning, and if it wasn't due to get warmer in the afternoon, we'd say fishing in the shallows wouldn't be our first option. But the first thing to warm up is the shallows, so we had high hopes for traffic once the sun started coming up.
Come on.
Come on. Come on.
Come on.
Come on.
Yes.
Come
yes.
on. Come on. Come on. Come on. Come on. What one are you? Come on.
If he drops now, he's in the zone. Oh.
Come on. Come on.
his shadow coming over here?
He's just having a little
He's
look.
had a little look. He had a look.
He didn't spook though, did he?
No, very happy to be here.
So exciting this is.
What time was that?
I don't know, Neil.
Even after a bit of zhuzhing midday, there wasn't much of a response, so rather than fish for carp that weren't there, I reeled in, rested the spot and redeployed at around 4 o'clock. Taking what we've learned about carp activity, getting the rods out before dusk so it's ready for when the carp return, rather than getting it out as they return, is our biggest take home so far.
There's one. Come on. So he's
White patch.
White patch,
He's
come on.
back. Oh, he's really close. The contrast between the freezing cold mornings and the warmer evenings was as stark as it could be. The carp were moving faster, coming into the shallows more frequently, but we were still waiting for that first touchdown.
Butler.
He likes to feed.
Butler might be the one that gets the party started.
I think he might have been here every day, Butler.
Is he?
Yeah.
Butler.
Where's Crinkle? That's what I want to know.
Butler.
The evening felt like it was slipping away from us,
Falling off? That's quite bad.
and the Carplantis tadpole seemed to have got a visa to come and ruin our vibe.
Oh, and the close Tom.
But all was not lost. We finally had some classic underwater action.
Yeah. Yes.
Enough one behind it as well.
Yeah.
Great.
Come on. Come on.
He's going to be close. He's going to be close. Keep going.
Is that Butler there? Butler's going to go down and grab it. Is he going to grab
Come on.
it?
No.
He's a bit too far behind it. Butler's going to have it. Oh, thank the Lord.
Come on.
Come on, Butler. We'll have you.
I don't
What's
recognise
this
it. It's
one?
a
No,
zip linear.
There's that new little zip linear. Here's a bigger one behind. We'll take you
Oh,
instead.
here we go. Come on.
We'll take you, boy.
That's
G.
very good. Oh, it's on.
Butler.
Can't tell.
Right, there you go now, mate. Are we going to get one?
Yeah, of course.
Little strap-a-roonies on.
Yeah.
What are you saying, Butler?
Yeah.
Butler?
Yeah.
Butler?
Bang on line.
Butler?
No, it's turned off. It's in
Butler?
it. It's in it.
Butler?
Oh.
No, but, mate, there's 3 of them! There's 3 of them, the old zip linear.
4 of them.
Yeah, the other one, that one up the top's bigger.
Yeah, that's... Yes.
lot bigger.
Yes. Yes.
Just go down and take that pop-up. Go down and take the pop-up. Go down and take it. Go down and take it. You gotta take it.
It's eating your...
Take
Yes.
it.
Yes.
Take it.
Take no!
How did that not
How's he miss it? He's still there.
How did that not take it? How did it not take
I can't believe he didn't have that.
It just didn't take
He
it.
just didn't take it. You already had a mouthful. What's this one coming out?
I'd right prefer him though, Gal, wouldn't you?
Well, yeah. He's gonna come back. Drop. No! That's a good fish, that, mate.
That's a good fish. Mate. It's gonna be Butler, isn't it? It's gonna be Butler. Oh.
That's a new fish.
No, I think that was a little zip linear, was it?
Looks like a plain zip linear to me.
Is that Butler there? Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I would prefer that common to come back, mate, if I was being honest. I think it's going to be Butler. Oh, there's a bigger one behind him. You eat. You
Eat it. Oh, he
Oh
did.
my god. Is that common? Go on, eat it. Eat
Eat
it.
it.
Eat it.
Eat it.
Eat it.
How can you miss
Eat
it?
it.
How can you miss
Eat
it?
it. Eat it. Oh, it's wafting up. How is he not eating this? How is he not eating it? I thought he was going to just go down and nab
Yeah.
it, didn't you?
He turned, didn't he?
He's now sitting up a bit higher now, though. He's like pushed the hook. I don't like the way it's sitting now. Looks like it's sitting.
Here he comes. Here he comes.
Just eat it. Eat it.
Sound like you're talking to one of your kids. Eat it now. Oh my God.
You're fishing in 3 or 4 foot of very, very clear water on big bits of gravel, and that is like the opposite scenario in which you want to fish a pop-up, but with our hand is forced because of the gravel, and we also just want to try things that we've caught on in the past. I didn't want to get into like doing some mad straight away just because of the scenario, if you know what I mean. I wanted to see exactly how our rigs acted out there. So yes, it was completely ignoring it. Was it because it was too yellow? Was it because it didn't like the pineapple? Was it because it was 2 inches off the bottom in 4 foot of very clear water? I think it was probably more that it was a pop-up. But it wasn't good to see them completely ignore it, I must say.
Heartbreaking. I'd say.
It's heartbreaking.
You put
Yeah.
your best hook bait out that you have.
Yeah. It's hard for me though in that scenario to go, oh, that means that they're not good, because I know they are, which is why I always keep going back to them, because I just know that in a real life scenario, they're the things that get picked up all of the time. So it is weird to see them being ignored, but obviously the scenario is slightly different, so weird one.
Our old mate Butler always seemed to get the party started by bringing in more fish.
That's a bigger one, isn't it? Take it.
Oh, crinkle. No.
No, stay off. Stay off. Come on.
But as the tension was building, was my hook bait choice good enough?
You are on the line. If you don't eat it, are you gonna eat it?
You're going to eat it.
Mate.
Eat along your rig. There is bait and fish and tadpoles and weed flying everywhere. The only thing that's remaining exactly...
Come on, this one. What fish is this? Huh? What fish is that?
I think it's Butler, isn't it?
No.
Oh, no, it's Dato.
It's piglet or whatever it is now. Is it? Yeah.
Look, his little bum. I think he's pooing as he is pooing along.
He could eat it. He looks up.
He's eating everything else by the looks of it.
Their mouths are very close to the bottom, aren't they, when they're feeding?
They are, yeah.
I thought the chunky gravel would mean that they'd be eating off the top of it and that, but actually they're like getting their heads right in the crevices. I'm not gonna lie, I'm gonna be distraught if I don't get one out.
It's like it's not registering.
Yeah, that's what it's like.
Right, it's there, it's in his eye line.
They're not spooking off of it.
No.
It's not like they're seeing the line or the leg core or the...
No, definitely not.
It's like it's not registering as food. Go on,
He's close, isn't he?
go on.
Come on. Come on.
Get in. Oh my god. What fish is that?
It was Dato.
Neil.
The hook bait, I think, was in his mouth.
No, it didn't go in.
Did it not?
No. It doesn't want. They don't want it. If that was the right hook bait, I'd have caught one by now. Yeah. Turn, take it, take it.
He went.
Ow.
Whoa.
What fish is that, cow?
That's the bigger common. Oh no, he's dumpier.
It's a different one.
That's a different fish.
Oh my god.
You had so many near misses. That last one was outrageous. In fact, 2 there were outrageous.
This common's going to have it. I think.
All right, let's talk it on. Come on, then.
This common's going to have it. He looks like different.
Go on, eat it. You won't. You ain't got the guts. You won't eat it. Go on,
Please
prove
eat
me
it.
wrong.
Eat it. Eat it, eat it, eat it. Eat it. Turn left.
It's come back round. It's gone too far past it.
Can you say something to me?
I don't know what to say
Yeah,
to
but
you.
say something.
They hate your hook bait.
No, I can't really yet. Give us. Huh? No, it's not done. It's not done. We've got. You can. Huh? Huh? No. It's not
You
done.
literally can't.
Take it. 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 Take it.
Oh, he's gone.
Huh?
He's turned off.
Why are they not taking it? Neil, talk to me. It's like coming in to the right.
Like it is like there's so much food.
He's going to take it. He's not going to take it.
It's like there's so much food on this spot that gets buried. That's what they're. Oh, he's close. He might have got it. Have you? Oh, he's done you.
He's just done you. That was in his mouth. That was up in the air.
What fish was it? This has been the worst evening ever.
You should have reeled in when we said. At least you wouldn't have got done.
What fish was it?
Possibly Dato. I'm not sure.
Who took it? I can't believe that. Oh, you can see my lead core off the bottom.
Yeah, you got done.
I deserve to be done with that hook bait on. I'm gonna have to reel in.
You are.
What a terrible way to end the day. Probably fun for you.
No.
Probably fun for you. What have I got to take from this? I would say they don't like the hook bait for whatever reason, whether it's because it's off the bottom or because of the flavouring maybe. I would say probably more because it's off the bottom. And I got done. I don't know how well it went in its mouth because the clarity is so good, but the fish was in the way of it going in its mouth, so I didn't really get to see it. I definitely got done. The lead core was off the bottom. The only time it went in the fish's mouth, it was right on dusk. These fish are eating right on the cusp of it getting dark, and I'm gonna have to reel in now. Neil, you can take the out of me if you.
I would not do that.
Just bring back memories.
Barely moving, look, between mouthfuls. His head's down. There's another one at the back.
You see, they're feeding very confidently,
Another one here.
but very close to the bottom, and on very small items.
And moving very slowly as well.
Would you say they're moving that slowly?
When they're
moving pretty
feeding,
slow, yeah.
they are.
The big problem here is that they're not upending and then going to pick up another bait.
No.
The space between them picking up 2 or 3 baits is that, because the baits are really small and close to the ground, whereas you really want them moving 3 or 4 foot before
Exactly.
they pick up 2 or 3 baits.
And this is the problem with the zhuzh.
Oh, was that me being done there? Why would you do that to me, Sean?
But it is though, isn't it? It looks great. It's got them feeding, but for the way we normally fish, this is not
Ideal.
This is not effective for
No,
us.
you're making it difficult for yourself.
It was my first day in front of the cameras, and it was exciting but also terrifying. Seeing Dovey's pop-up barely even be registered threw us for a loop, but my usual go-to is a wafter anyway, so I was starting with that alongside increasing the amount of bait. The carp seemed more turned on when more bait was out there, but we ran the risk of creating a feeding situation that would really hamper our chances. More bait equals slower feeding and less effective hooking opportunities, or less bait, far less traffic, but likely to hook the single carp that came in.
These are not going to get away with it today, Neil.
It's all swings and roundabouts.
He's been done yesterday on a yellow pop-up. Multiple. Well, they're not done, they just didn't want it. Spoon, what are you going with? I think I'm going for a yellow one, geese. Idiot. I put a match the hatch out. I just put a cell bottom bait out there.
Yeah, I think the front of the boilies ain't the ag cut.
What do you reckon he's saying? How yellow's your bait? It's actually quite yellow, mate. How's yours?
Yeah,
Yes, it's that sort of bright yellow. Yours, mine's more of a dull yellow, but you know, it's still that sort of yellow. I've caught so many carp on yellow. I'm just going to stick with yellow for enough. We've only been here 8 days.
We're not cold. How is everyone this morning?
We were just doing our Neil and Tom impression.
Oh, was you?
Yeah.
What are we going to do?
You'd
I'd like to see it.
have to wait for the edit.
Huh?
You'd have to wait for the edit.
It'd be worth the wait, that.
You don't look good in it, I tell you.
Outside of being ripped a new one, the day had started positively. We'd put in a lot more bait the previous night, and when we turned the cameras on, all that bait was gone.
There ain't a grain left.
And carp was still in the swim looking for more.
Oh, carp. 2 carp.
Which so far hadn't happened. So, with the bait mix out,
I see why you're good at darts, mate. you haven't missed the throw.
and the rig in,
First time.
Works every time.
admittedly after a ton of miscasts the editor has kindly cut,
Perfect line, too long, too close to the camera. You're a bit long of shot, mate, to be honest. I didn't even see it, mate.
mostly. The hunt was on.
Instantly, this wafter looks better.
The rig was similar to Dovey's, but with a few key differences. A spinner rig with 7 inches of 25-pound boom hook link, an anti-tangle sleeve, a size 4 Kamakura crank, and a Pango Good yellow dumbbell wafter, as Rossiter has already rinsed me about earlier. I prefer leg clips, and especially so seeing as we're fishing over gravel, albeit very chunky gravel, and the rig needing to sit above any random debris isn't a concern. And unlike my usual running leg clips, I'm fishing them fixed so the lead drops off due to the amount of weed in the swim.
You tell me when you're ready, Kev, and I've got a few questions to buzz at my friend Neil. You're a idiot. Do you know that?
Oh, I know.
It's actually tough to be around you sometimes. I think
Yep.
sometimes I really like you, and sometimes I think I would not have been friends with you at school.
The rig looked great. The dark matter tubing was heavy on the deck and out of the way. The rig extended perfectly, and the Pango wafter hook bait was so similar to the Essential Cell freebies that I couldn't see the carp ignoring it. But this is both a positive and a negative. It was behaving like a freebie in that it was in crevices between the chunky gravel. Carp were happy to feed in there, but also the gravel might prove a nightmare for my hook point. Baiting was a few handfuls of 10mm cell and Essential Cell soaked all night in Cream Smart liquid, which replicated the milky nut sludge we were using, but didn't contain all those little bits that might have been preoccupying and slowing down the carp's feeding. And a bit of sweet corn, as it's always a winner.
Like reflecting on yesterday,
Yeah.
I would say I'd done 2 things that I wouldn't normally do. One was just fishing on this gravel in the first place.
Yeah.
If I was having a proper feel around, I would have cast onto that
You'd have found
clay
that.
out the back.
Yeah.
And because I was on the clay, I would then put my normal bait out, which would have been just bigger items, 10 millers, 15 millers, corn, say tigers if you're allowed them.
Mm-hmm.
And I think if them bigger items were on that, it would have been attractive enough to get them feeding. Whereas because we're on this thicker gravel, I feel like them baits had fallen into the crevices. It didn't really look as much. So then I ended up putting a small amount of that sludge out as well.
Yeah.
And I think there's probably the sludge out and the crushed boilies and everything that we'd putting in previously. And they're feeding really close and tight to the bottom. And I really think that makes them difficult to catch.
I've heard you say that a lot over the years.
Yeah, it just definitely does. So then in that situation, then you need a shorter hook link and a smaller hook bait that's on the bottom. Whereas I was like, I'm partly feeding something I wouldn't normally feed onto a bottom I wouldn't normally fish on, and it's creating the feeding situation that I don't want, which is them like really, really close to the bottom like that.
You're almost creating the sort of situation that we see when Dan fishes.
Yes.
Because Dan loves that type of mix. He loves getting them like really competing close in. He's got 3-inch rigs on, which is perfect for that situation.
Yes, it is. Daddy, Tom's working.
Good.
Yep.
I just think sat with us, might be quite nice looking after the receiver and that.
Yeah, got it.
Yeah.
Just let you know that was Tom Rossiter's shot.
You'll be able to tell.
I'm gonna get on it.
He's done you.
He's had you right over there, Tim.
Despite the high hopes throughout the morning, nothing materialised. The cart moved out of the shallows and into the open water, which gave us the opportunity to spend that time looking for more open water spots. It wasn't until gone 2 that we started to see some more traffic, which was a few hours earlier than we were used to.
It's getting so hot this week. 24, 25, 25, 24. It's probably worth noting as well that this is an unusually hot period for April. Like, this is normally still cold, still a small amount of bait, but actually they're starting to spawn everywhere around the country. Like 4 or 5 of the lakes we know are being shut now for spawning, and they normally don't shut until the very end of May, beginning of June. So
Seems crazy, doesn't it?
it's weird, but that's how quickly things can change with water temperature. It's almost like now we're getting like a really condensed period of spring in the space of a week.
Yeah.
We're getting almost nothing happening the week before last to them eating loads of bait and possibly spawning in 2 days' time.
If the carp were going to show up early, then my rig had better be out there early too.
These pangos just cranberry orange pangos, yeah.
By about 3:15, I was fishing.
You like it? I like it. Bit of water. Rehydrate for the afternoon sesh. Right, I need to sit up now. No messing around, Tom.
2, 3, maybe 4. It might be one behind him. That's a better.
4, 5, 6.
Oh my god. 7. 1, 2, 3, 4. 7.
Mate, you are gonna. Oh my Lord, have mercy upon
That's the
myself.
most we've ever seen at one
15,
point.
50.
Come on. That's quite big.
And
that mirror. That might be.
Oh,
No, it's a
mate.
common.
It's a common. That's the big one.
That's
isn't
the
it?
big one. Oh my god.
Come on.
Come on. Come on. Come on. Come on. Touchdown. Here he comes. No. That was cray.
Mate, what is that?
It's either.
That looked massive from a long way away. Do you not think?
It looks massive.
Huh?
It just filled up there.
Well, you've got the big group
Yeah.
of big fish in
Early.
early.
And snuffling.
The spot was out of hand, but we needed fish to drop down.
They want to eat this food.
Yeah, they do. They want to see. It's like they want to see someone else doing it first.
This is when you need Butler in.
Yeah.
Butler will get the party started.
Well, that's what he's there to do. Uncover the food. That's his job. It's all covered in cling film. He undoes it. People eat.
And right on cue,
He's going to eat them boilies off the top. Is that Butler?
No, he's Butler.
So what did I just say?
You said we needed him.
needed Butler to get the party started.
Come on, Butler.
Get the
Come on.
party started, Butler.
Oh yes.
Yes.
Yes. Touchdown. Butler's in the zone. We said we'd be happy with him as fish number 1.
Yeah. These tadpoles. Can't really put a swipe on now
not
either.
when he's there.
But worse yet, a great big ball of weed drifted over my lines, dragged my lead and blunted the hook in the process, and it couldn't have come at a worse time. But it did bring up an important issue. Kamakuras are the sharpest hook, but durable they are not. And fishing them on the deck among essentially rubble meant this sort of thing probably would have happened again. So I changed to a normal size 4 crank and a heavier lead to hopefully stop any weed drift pulling my rig from the spot.
This is the problem with using a bottom bait in any situation, but especially when you've got big chunky gravel, because you don't know what you're landing on and you're at the mercy of what's on the bottom for what presentation you get, which is why I always default to a pop-up, even though it's not always the best thing to get picked up in with a perfect lie, if you like, but it does present. Whereas with a wafter, this can happen. The last one went down the back of a rock, and then this one's just sort of sitting weirdly on the side of it. they'll probably just pick it up, but it's weird.
What we saying?
Do you weirdly like it?
No, I don't hate it. It's weird.
Is that good or is that really bad?
Well, we don't know because we don't know if we've ever been picked up with it like that before.
No. Do you want to leave it? My point is, a little bit, is that this is what would happen. But then at the same time, we get to see what's happening, and you've only got a couple of, you've got an evening today.
The chunky gravel was a real sticking point. I had a stiff hook link on, an anti-tangle sleeve. It clearly hadn't tangled due to those factors, but the chunky gravel meant it still wasn't presented, and it was more likely to catch the hook point as we've seen. For science, we wanted to work it out, and going from what we were seeing on the test cameras out in open water, this was still the spot we were getting the most traffic. As the old adage goes, fish where the fish are. We just had to work out this gravel.
Oh, freaking hot.
Butler
just come straight in.
We're sitting there mowing down food, and so is he. Mate, you might just go for it straight away. Oh!
I thought he was going to nail that.
No, he moved away from that though, didn't he?
Yeah.
He went to take it.
And he was like, something ain't quite right there. Why is it hanging down off of a cliff face?
Do you reckon that was a presentation thing?
He didn't spook, did he?
I'll tell you what he did do though, he went to take it. That's the first fish that's fed next to it, went to take it.
Well, he's coming from that side, had a little feed there, and then come to the pango.
It's Crinkle back.
Crinkle's back.
Crinkle's back.
From outer space. Come on, Crinkle, come back round.
Crinkle is back.
OG Crinks.
Oh, your yellow kicker is doing you proud there, I
Yeah,
think.
I agree.
I really do.
Yeah, that little fleck
If
of colour.
it's green or it's black, whatever colour, then all of a sudden your swivel stands out.
Yeah, but that.
But with that, it looks like there's a bit of corn and a bit of boilie,
Yep,
doesn't it?
yep. As I've said,
I like it.
feels like it should be OG Crinkle or the Butler to get us off the mark.
Well, Crinkle would be the best one, the best
yeah.
OGer to get. We've only got 10 minutes left. We've got to reel in at 7. As soon as that clarity started getting bad
Yeah.
yesterday, I was
Straight in.
Yeah.
Yeah. Come on, Butler. It's a good line. It's a very good line.
Is he going to take it? Is he or is he not? He is close. He is close.
Come on, Butler.
Go on, boy.
Come on. Come on. Go on. Oh, he just did a little.
He didn't want
He didn't want it. He wafted me wafter and didn't want it. No, he didn't want the pango.
He went to eat and he was like, nah.
Don't fancy it.
That was close.
Well, he weren't bothered by how it was sitting. It didn't spook
No.
him.
Who's it? Is that him again?
He's a weird feeder. I'm going to stick by that.
Don't start having a go at my butler.
I'm going to have a go at him.
Don't start having a go at my butler.
It's like the amount of times
You-
you've seen him mouth to nothing.
Huh?
It's like he mouths at nothing.
No, but he went to eat that. Start having a go at Butler.
Butler really was our bestie that evening.
Oh, he's going to go and take it. Oh, he's attracted to that smell. He keeps
goes in that same
he keeps
area.
going to that same area every single time.
Yeah, he does.
He's touched that bait nearly 3 times and he's been in 4 or 5.
Yep.
But we were running out of time. Fish were clearly feeding off the back of the spot in the clay on what we thought might be loads of natural surfacing due to the dropping light levels, and kicking it all up, making Viz pretty dodgy.
Go on.
Oh, he went for that one and he got that one straight down the old gullet.
Save the day, Butler.
No.
Yes.
He's mowing them down, he's mowing them down. Butler is
Mowing them down. He's
Come on.
coming. Come on.
He don't like it.
Doesn't like
he
it.
does not like that.
Butler is not an idiot.
No.
So regarding Rossiter rinsing us earlier, my theory was that Dovey's pop-up was being ignored because it was a pop-up, not because it was yellow. After all, we'd seen the mowing down essential cell. But in this case, pop-up or wafter, yellow clearly wasn't a good hook bait in this situation. If it was a good hook bait, it would have been taken by now. Outside of whether the rig was efficient or not, it should have been eaten at least.
Have you got any what little brown pop-ups have you got? Or little cell coloured pop-ups have you got?
I'd have to look through my tubs.
Okay.
Is that what you fancy?
Maybe.
Come on, Butler. That's a good line for the first hook bait. No, it's not. It's there.
He's not going to eat that.
No, he's not.
He's really not going to. You need something else to come in. I really, really believe it.
No, I agree.
I think your card is marked on the side of the...
Yeah.
If Butler had our cards marked,
Got the ump with Butler now.
He's not my friend today.
then hopefully OG Crinkle would oblige.
Come on, Crinkle. Just touch down. Crinkle.
Ooh! Ooh!
Oh.
Ooh! Oh! Mate, he looked like he was going to go down.
He did, yeah, he did. It looks like I'm float fishing.
Oh, the wafter's wafting again. He looked like he was going down to it.
Butler's done his job. He's got Crinkle to touch down.
Come on. Do you think he's going to take it? When the fish are in the swim, it looks more ridiculous the way they hook base.
It literally looks like I'm float fishing.
Upon reflection, the hook bait was in a ridiculous position. Carp were mainly coming in from the back beyond the weed, and my hook bait was behind a rock, completely invisible to them. But I got a good drop when casting, and this is just one of those things that sometimes happens. You'd expect a bite, but then nothing, and when you recast, it goes straight away. Something like this could be happening, so worth proving that, if nothing else. But all that coping goes out the window when a big un approaches.
Oh, no.
Oh, be common. Come on, come on, come on, come on, come on.
This is the one that was in last night.
The one that ignored me.
Yeah.
He might take
He's
this.
got a chance.
This is perfect line. Perfect line.
Go on, go on.
Perfect line. Come on, get it. No way, mate.
That's exactly what he did to the pop-up.
No way. That was so close.
Oh my, I thought that was it, Tom.
Just dribbled everywhere. No.
Oh my goodness.
It's crazy that it's like the same moment of both nights. Like,
Yeah, it's within a minute.
yeah. In 2 minutes' time, I got ejected.
When most of the hopes lie in carp coming from a very specific angle to even see the hook bait,
Not a fish, I don't
The
think.
gravel is an issue for presenting rigs. It's like nothing's sitting right.
you know it just isn't the one.
It looked like it's going to go straight for it. Mate. Neil. Go down!
Oh, he did, he urged you. But look, he couldn't be at a worse angle. And he hasn't got the turning circle. He's literally circling it.
My biggest fear is that I think we wasted that evening just to prove that bad rig positioning will definitely not do you any favours. You're welcome.
We sort of said for science, as we kept saying, you wouldn't know if you were fishing over that type of gravel and you've cast out 80 yards for argument's sake and you got a drop, you got a donk, you'd be leaving it no matter how it would sit. So it was a real good opportunity in that situation to see if your rig is sitting over like that, do the carp care? Would you get a bite? Well, yeah, they cared.
No, you didn't get a
No,
bite.
I didn't get a bite. They didn't
Yeah.
even. There was one.
Butler come near it, I think.
No, and the big common did as well. Did a similar thing to
Right.
you, where it sort of almost didn't recognise it as food. But it comes back to us not wanting to fish over chunky gravel.
Yeah.
These are the things that you're not going to know that you've got that issue. You've got a drop, you think it's all perfect, and it could be sitting so badly, and you've got no idea. You sit there thinking, yeah, here we go, the rods are on the spot, I'm going to get a bite.
Yeah. That's why we will always try and fish that hard sand, because 9 times out of 10 you're presented well. It's like, I know we keep saying the same thing all the time, but it's like, you first need presentation, because if it's not presented, it can't go in their mouth or they won't take it. And most of the time you're not presented well on that bottom.
Exactly.
That's the reality of the situation.
Pink hook baits are pretty notorious for being the ones on underwater films, despite not working as well as a yellow in my own fishing, but so far that hasn't been the case here.
If I was watching this from afar, I'd say, we don't like your hook bait, lads.
With a few fish feeding already, putting out a Squid Goo infused 12mm mainline pop-up felt like a good bet. If one came down and took it, we'd know it was the Pink's time to shine again.
That's the one I had one of them.
Yeah, I know loads of people that absolutely swear by this Squid Goo, Elliot Gray being one of them, Daryl being another one of them. You don't really need to know much more, and Spooner. So
There you go.
It's the
big
colour on them. The big three like this hook bait, so it's good enough for me. It's the right colour pink. I'm going to click it on me spinner rig, and then we're ready to go. Okay, where's
Good
the
luck, my
other
friend.
waders?
See that?
With Spooner left high and dry, I put a bit of bait out and the rig went out first time.
I don't know how you managed to not do that.
No, can't argue with you.
The pop-up looked good, but we were concerned that it was really the only presentation that was viable due to the chunky gravel issue. We decided this would be the final day on this spot.
We're going to quickly get into a stage in it when all we're talking about is this gravel. Because we can't do anything else. The gravel is narrowing the scope of what we can do.
Yep.
We had discussed fishing solid bags or mesh bags with crushed boilie for a hook bait to sit on top of, but the tiny particles would end up getting lost between the rubble and we'd be in the same situation. Plus, we came to the conclusion we just wouldn't recommend fishing on this type of bottom. The chunky gravel traps bait between it and causes the fish to root around and slow down, which in turn makes them harder to catch, which then means you'd have to fish a shorter hook link that won't present very well on this really rough bottom. We'd spend the day with one eye on the spot and the other on the test camera.
Where is the big un in here?
Where are you biggin?
Earlier in the session, we'd seen a few smaller fish in and around the tree line, but as time went on, we were seeing more and more bigger fish in there in the mornings and afternoons particularly, whereas our current swim was mainly an evening spot. The bottom looked a lot smoother and much more versatile to present on, and luckily fishery rules allow for a bit of stalking during the day.
I'm just going to put it out there. Today's going to be a good day.
All right.
I don't know what it's going to be,
Okay.
whether we're going to catch one off of here
Yeah.
or we're going to see the big one on the here.
Everything about it felt perfect.
Three. Oh yeah, he's a better fish.
Big fully. Mate, is that it?
That ain't big enough.
I don't know. I don't know. I don't know, Gal.
What's this?
That's the common. It's bigger than that.
We need to watch that again.
Do we? Please! Why has it gone blue all of a sudden?
Where about that, son? What side was it? Left side, wasn't it? It's it. It's it. That is it. Look, that's the S scale. That is
Yes!
it.
What did I say? Just
Yeah,
literally
there,
a second
there.
ago.
There, look at that. You
Oh my God,
cannot
it's-
mistake that S scale.
Oh my God, it's under the tree, Gal. It's under the tree, we're gonna catch him.
Look.
Yes! And he fed. I'm spitting everywhere, that's definitely it.
100%.
Seeing that big one on that camera was one of the most exciting moments for me in underwater history for like my own personal sort of doings with it.
The session starts now.
I know, again, we always say this, but so much time and effort and so many decisions and everything go into these sort of things. And ultimately you don't think it's going to go well because it's difficult for it to go well. So to actually see it on the camera, we were like, okay.
There she is.
Oh my Lord! Oh my God.
The weather was getting better. We were close to getting a bite. It was all looked like it was going to fall into place. But the biggest decision for us then was do you leave the test camera there and just go and fish in front of the test camera without causing more disturbance because it's already there feeding? But the reality was you could barely see the bottom, and if we made that decision we had a better chance of catching the big one, but the footage would have been useless. So it's like, then you have to say, why are we here? We're not here just to catch it, we're here to see how it fed, to see how it picked up the hook bait, if it does, and you need to see all of that. So in the end, we decided to take the test camera out and put the big camera in. But my worry was that it causes so much disturbance that a fish like that is likely to move off and never come back. But I was stuck between a rock and a hard place. So that, for me, that's a core memory of that whole situation, because it was like, I'm having to make this decision, but deep down I knew that there was a big possibility of it completely ruining it.
There's Butler, is it?
Butler's down there. The little cheat. The little. Oh, I can't believe that.
What a sneaky little Butler. He's down.
He's cheating on us.
He's cheating on us on a different spot, but he doesn't know that we know that he knows
Nah,
that we know that he's
he'll
down
come back
there.
here like, we're like, here he is, been in the back of the weed all day, but we know different.
We knew we were going to see it today, Cal.
Well, you said it about 11 seconds before we saw it.
Prediction 1 came true. Prediction 2 of catching one on this spot was still up in the air. Though, while we were locked into the test camera, OG Crinkle was a very frequent visitor on Maine. Come on, come on. Crinkle, he's interested.
He's
today,
interested, Crinkle.
isn't he? Now, wouldn't that be a nice first fish?
We deserve a fish off of this spot before we move, don't we?
Yeah.
He might feed. He's got lower down. He's in line with a pop-up. Is he going to go for it?
No.
Not interested.
He does look sort of interested in feeding.
Yeah, that's what I mean. I'm not saying that he didn't want the pop-up. He just sort of, he's getting close to having a little schnuffle.
I'm expecting carp to drop straight onto it and take it with speed, much like we've seen on Carplantis underwater, and that just wasn't happening here. Too blatant in here. I think with these bright ones, they're over the right colour and you get them, like from out the blue,
Yeah.
or they ignore them. The period before lunch was almost constant traffic as well.
Feed. Yeah, see, he's following it now.
Gonna take it. Oh. He looked like he was coming straight
Yeah,
down.
he did, yeah.
But unfortunately, it was just proving what we had already thought to be the case. I'd really love to just catch Crinkle now. I really, really would.
Yeah.
It would set a lot of things at rest.
Yeah. It'd be lovely.
We had to make the best of what we were fishing over, and the more we saw Crinkle, the more I wanted him. So our thoughts went back to potentially fishing a mesh bag.
I was going to say, we are always trying to learn something, so I think the fact you're going to put a bag of some sort on there tonight will, you know, if that gets picked up quite quickly and you get a bite, we'll have learned that if we do have to fish this coarse sort of gravel, because you can't find a lot else, then a bag is the right way to go. Be that a solid, be that a hooked on bag, it's a way to get around what is otherwise an awkward thing to present over.
Yep.
But you're right, we are ultimately waiting for today to end to get up there. That's what's happening. Everyone at home would be in exactly the same. They'd probably be there now with a rig on the spot.
Yeah,
wouldn't they?
well you would, wouldn't you?
Yeah, because you'd just be fishing, you've seen it, you'd lower your rig in and you'd hope that's the one that picks it up.
With the midday heat being enough for the fish to move away and start bathing on the surface, we decided to swap the test camera out for the proper one in the Treeline Swim, ready to hit the ground running the next day. And while we were away sorting it, OG Crinks was on the chunky gravel having a right old time, and we were determined to catch him.
This is right up your street. That is a golden honey pop-up.
Oh yeah.
Yeah,
Brown.
yeah.
They're okay, one of them's
Okay.
going to go on next.
Okay.
I think we could get the big one on that and all. These little brown pop-ups that Spoon has got, the little honey ones, they're cell pop-ups with honey goo on them. They look absolutely perfect. They're dark, they don't look like they're going to be in your face too much, but they aren't very buoyant because he's had them for about a year and put so much goo on them that you can even tell the inside has gone brown. Now I'm going to put a little bit of cork in there just to make sure they're buoyant enough to hold that hook up for the duration of the time it's out there. This is exactly why we say sometimes to rest your swim, because no matter how inconspicuous you are, the fish definitely know that your line is there. It doesn't often stop them from feeding, but it will make them feed cautiously. And it's always the same when he's underwater. You reel the rod in, the fish come in and eat with gusto and eat exactly where your line's been, where they haven't been whilst it's out there. So reeling in for a little while, letting them come in and feel free and then putting it back out there might mean that they've built up the confidence and you get them quickly. It's worked in my own fishing a lot, that has. I mean, you think this is one rod on one spot. Imagine having 3 lines going to one spot with tight lines going in there. They know it's there for sure.
The rig was the same. A spinner, size 4 crank, 5.5 inches of 25-pound boom on a helicopter setup. The difference was the 12mm honeygoo pop-up and a little hooked-on bag of cell boilie crumb. The bright pop-ups in this shallow, ultra-clear water wasn't it, so something that mimicked to match the hatch but had an ultra-strong taste, along with a little pile of crumb, just felt right.
Obviously it's a darker pop-up, so it doesn't stand out as much, but where it's landed near some of the higher ground, but landed alongside it,
Yeah.
doesn't look like a pop-up at all.
No.
Do you know what I mean?
No, I do.
That's primo. That's the best cast we've had.
Yeah.
I feel like that's the one. Comes not far from the hook bait.
What's that?
One's just dived in from the corner, not far from the hook bait.
Oh, that's really good.
He's
isn't it?
literally just come in.
Where is the hook
Crinkle. Here, he was about 6-8 inches the other side. There's a linear that's done a flyby. Crinkle's been nowhere, and he's flown in.
Where is it there?
He's online for it. Oh, he's
I
turned.
just turned away at the last minute. Come on, you want your
Sorry, mate. I was just getting the colours sorted out on the screens.
thing.
Yeah, it's coming back. It's coming back. It's coming back. Come on, Crinkle. Come on. This is close. This is close.
I don't. Go on.
He's got it. No,
Oh,
he didn't.
just turned away at the last minute.
Oh, did that go in his mouth?
No. Ooh.
He spooked off it.
Did it go in though?
No, didn't go in his mouth.
Mate, that one half close though. We need to watch that back. First time one come in and fed, it becomes super close for a brown one.
Super close.
What happened there? I actually think that got caught on a stone, the hook link.
It didn't look like it had full extension, did it?
It didn't go into its mouth, but I don't think that's actually because of the buoyancy. Now looking at it here, are we saying if it was more buoyant, would it have gone in his mouth? No, it wouldn't have.
No.
Something was holding that back, wouldn't it?
Yeah. It looks very weird, that.
I would say in general, the fish's power of sucking in is much, much more powerful than we think it is. Like stones often go in. So the difference between a slightly smaller bit of cork in the bait, I'm not sure makes a massive difference on how it goes in. It might make a difference on how it's presented because of how slowly it kicks out and how buoyant it is for the presentation. But I think if they decide to suck it in, you could have lead in that and it's still going in.
He's still eating it.
Yeah. So I don't think that was the problem there.
Let's watch it again.
Yeah. Are you just?
Yeah, I just, you know.
It didn't go in that second time, did it? I think it's caught on something gone. on the bottom, isn't it? It's a chunky gravel. How many times can we blame the gravel?
Oh, we've got loads in it.
Have we-
Yeah.
loads, yeah, okay, that's fine.
Years, I'd say.
It's not a coincidence that the first time he's come to eat, that hookbait nearly went in his mouth.
No.
The other ones haven't even nearly gone in his
No.
mouth.
He
Okay.
liked the smell of it, he liked the taste, he tried to eat it. Science.
Science.
With a little extra cork to stop the pop-up from leaning over, we were back out on the spot.
Come on,
Come on, go back
come
down.
on. Right there, if you tip now, you're close.
I think they can see the line, mate. I really think they can see the line. In like 4 foot of gin clear water.
Yeah.
When you go and wade out, you can see it quite clearly. So unless it's on, even if it's on the bottom, I think they can see it. This is like really difficult conditions, isn't it?
Yeah, once it, especially with the sun still being up, everything's heightened, isn't it? That's obviously why they're more confident as the lights fade, I think, or part of it.
There was a trade-off here. We were fishing for a ridiculously large fish in a very weedy lake, so we had to step up our gear. Stronger, unfortunately, means thicker, and being in such shallow, clear water, we sacrifice presentation. Again, everything is a constant balancing act of variables.
It's the next that white brown one that looks like a little tennis ball.
Come on.
Oh, it's Butler.
Oh,
You cheat.
cheat.
Oh, you want to come back
Oh,
now
you want
and
to
eat
come
our
back
grub?
and eat our
Oh,
food
okay.
now, do you?
All right.
Oh,
That's fine.
well, I hope you eat the one with the hook in.
Yeah, okay, fine,
How about
mate.
that, Butler?
Yeah. Do you know what?
Unbelievable.
Do you believe him?
I can't believe him.
Come on.
Come on. These are one of these two are what we want to catch first.
Yes.
They've fed the most. I think Crinkle was the first feeder we had at all, and Butler has been a staple. Even though he's a cheat, we would love him on the bank. Crinkle's going to be close here. There he is.
Crinkle knows that rig's there now. I'm telling you. He won't go anywhere
No.
where the line is, where the rig is. It's not a coincidence that as soon as I reeled that rig in, he was eating all over where the rig was.
That is true.
It's very clear water, this. Very
is.
shallow and very sunny.
Another one dropping in.
They're not going to get better conditions to see in this than this. There's your eye. Yep, he's coming one coming down.
That's close.
That's close.
That's right on line. I don't know if he's just done you.
Did he?
I don't know.
I think he might have.
He shook his head like that.
I think he might have. Okay.
So he's come down for that hook bait.
Yes.
Straight at it, like typical underwater footage. All right, he didn't get hooked, but he wanted to eat that.
I think this the non-bright hook baits, the duller hook baits, are more likely to get picked up in that shallow, clear water.
Yeah.
I think. Generally, I don't think they normally are, but in this situation, they were better for sure.
I know I sound like a broken record, but this is exactly why I prefer presentation over efficiency.
Sometimes you see something and you learn something new, and sometimes what you think, no, sometimes
What you already know.
what you already know is cemented.
Like
Is that
it,
right?
yeah.
Okay, and one of the things that is cemented in this one is that, for me, presentation is far more important than efficiency. Because if you can't, if the hook can't go in the fish's mouth in the first place, you can't get a bite. So you can have something that's super effective, as in it will convert more bites, but if it doesn't go in as many mouths, there's no point in using it. And there is a middle ground, and I really believe that middle ground is a spinner rig. It's very efficient, but also with a stiff boom hook link and a helicopter rig, most of the time it's presented, and that's the most important thing. I'm happy to lose the efficiency for the presentation, so the presentation means that it goes in more mouths, and over the course of a year you just get more bites. Are you having that, or?
I am having that. I've heard you say it quite a lot over the years, to be fair, and
It's really
logical, isn't
it's
it?
really important,
Yeah.
that, and I think if people really understood that and put that into their own fishing, that's the idea that will change your year.
Big shout.
No, it is because if 50% of the time you're not presented, and them times it converts 4 out of 5 times, say out of 10 bites, then you get 4 fish. But if you've got if it's presented 10 times and it's 6 out of 10 effective,
It's still more fish on the bank, isn't it?
there's more fish throughout
Yeah,
the year.
yeah.
And that's just, I think that is the way it is. So I will always go for presentation over effectiveness.
Come on. Yeah.
I don't know if did he get it in again?
I don't know.
I thought that was it, Neil. He's feeding so good. This is exactly the feeding situation you don't want. Their mouths are so close to the bottom and they're moving so slowly.
Yeah,
It's a really good example of that, isn't it?
it is, yeah.
And then, even if, I don't know if the hook baits are going fully in, but they're sort of giving in and out so quickly. It's not like they're going down and taking it and it's like deep in their mouth.
No, and they're not engulfing it.
Engulfing. The brown pop-up is infinitely better.
Oh, he's been forced back down because of that fish.
What fish is it? Is it piglet? They are.
Yeah, it could be Dato. Come on, Dato.
Is that far away from
Have you only just pressed record?
No. Press it again if you want. Come on, turn right, turn right, turn right, eat it, turn
Eat
right,
it, eat it.
Eat it. Did he eat it?
The rig had been done again, but it did give us more proof that the Honeygoo hook bait was definitely more attractive than what we'd been using. Certainly more than the bright pop-ups.
Feeding them small items on this gravel is just causing aggro. They're too slow and too close to the bottom. It's either going in its mouth and they're doing it, or the hook point's gone over. Either way, it's just causing aggro.
Yeah.
You need like a really short hook link and a bottom bait really to get them like when they're feeding like this, but then you can't do it because of the bottom. As long as the rig kept resetting, which it was, and the hook bait kept being attractive, then we'd get another chance. But the day was very quickly running out, leaving us with one more roll of the dice, and it was Crinkle who we were betting on.
That's Crinkle, isn't it? Got a chance here, guys.
Come on, Crinkle. Come on, Crinkle.
Two of them right next to each other.
Come on. Upend. Upend. You idiot.
Come on, Crinkle.
Come on, Crinkle. Save the day. Go on.
Come on. Come on.
This is it.
Come on.
This is it.
Come on.
Yes.
Oh my God, how upended is he?
Go on. He saw it.
Got it, he's
He
got
saw
it.
it. He's got it.
Yes!
Yes. 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 Yes.
Come on, Crinkle. I mean, I'd prefer all this weed not to be on my line, but come on, Spooner. Come on. Yes! Is he much smaller than we thought? Oh, God. Oi.
Sweet, Sean.
It's Crinkle as well. Mate, he sucked that hook bait in. We have learnt, well, we've learnt that definitely yellow and definitely pink are not the ones. That brown one has been, I reckon, in 4 or 5 mouths. It's Crinkle. He was in from the very beginning.
First one that we had feeding.
Huh?
The very first one that fed on the spot.
Yeah, true. I loved it that we caught OG Creek straight away. He was the first, like you said, he was the first one in. He was eating loads of grub, and he was one of the ones that we'd sort of gauged the size on.
Yeah, it was, yeah.
He got a little bit bigger in it. I remember seeing him when he rolled, and I was like, oh God, he's not as big as I thought he was. It's like when you see a famous person on telly and you see them in real life and they're much shorter than you think they are. Do you know what though? It's a perfect way of going into tomorrow.
Oh, yes.
We've got a hook bait that they definitely like, and we've got a spot where we've seen the big un feed.
And we've got Crinkle in the net.
It's in their eyes! Yes!
I think it had to be between him and Butler.
Yeah.
They were the two, weren't
Yeah,
they?
yeah,
That
yeah.
were there from the get-go.
Yeah.
But yeah, OG Crinks.
There he is. Oh, Crinkle boy. Come here.
Little mouth.
You're a tiny little
Didn't
mouth.
realise it was that
no,
small.
Neither did I actually thought it was damaged, but it's not. It's just a tiny little mouth. Solid as a rock. Proper barrel little fish he is. He's eaten, I reckon, 4 kilos of cell, an essential cell. My hook bait's been in his mouth twice, we think. And we got him 3rd time lucky. What a beautiful fish. We've watched him for so many hours. It's nice having him on the bank, and to be honest, catching one is just a bit of a relief. We've been here for a long time already. These fish are very tricky. They're small water fish, and they're proving it, aren't they?
They are indeed. But one has tripped up. Fitting that he's the first one that fell on the spot.
Yes, we've learnt a lot as well. The yellow ones and the pink ones aren't it, and we've got a spot just on the other side of the lake that the big un is feeding on. There's lighter gravel, and I think we're going to catch the big un. Watch this space.
We know now for a fact that the big un, the creme de la creme, the 60-pound fully, has fed on this spot in the last 24 hours. Huge pressure.
You're using your jag?
I'm using me jag eye.
Does that work with them blooming glasses?
Whilst I couldn't wait to put a rig in front of it, there were a few things stopping us. A, fish were in there feeding immediately, which is the first time we've seen them there since putting the proper camera in. And B, light levels around this part of the lake were much lower, so the viz wasn't completely ideal.
Sort of sitting on my hands, getting my rig ready so that everything's perfect, because it's not every day you're putting a rig on a spot where you know a 60-pounder fed the day before, is it?
No, the pressure's on today, isn't it?
Every time I see a glimpse of anything, I'm like, is that it? Is that it?
The facts are it's probably within 10 yards of this spot. It's probably in the snag just to the left,
Yeah.
and it's probably in some of these boilies this morning.
So often when one hook bait proves to be successful, every fish is willing to take it. So I went in with the 12mm honey hook bait that had caught OG Crinkle. This time as a wafter, due to the spot being a typical fine gravel, which is my go-to approach. It was still a spinner made up of 7 inches of 25-pound boom and a size 4 crank fished on a lead clip.
This is the most nerve-wracking cast and presentation that I've ever had to put in the water.
Yeah, we're all lucky it's under arm or not.
I've been
Well, we get 8 yards.
screwed up otherwise, wouldn't I?
Carp was stirring up the nearby clay areas, feeding on the bait that had rolled down the shelf from the previous night, which was annoying for camera viz, but fishing-wise, a little bit of murkiness to disguise everything is exactly what you want. It's another major take-home for us. Light levels are so important. It's no coincidence that when it's been ultra clear and bright, fish are more cagey and more aware of our rigs and line. As soon as dusk comes, or you're fishing a spot with cover, or it's just a cloudier day, carp feed with much less caution and are much more likely to take your hook bait. Now though, we just had to wait for a clear moment to deploy the rig.
These are decent common. He's a nice one, rounded. He looks like an old toll pit's common.
Do you fish toll pits?
No.
No.
There was a lot of traffic and a lot of bait eaten, which was really clearing the viz.
I mean, are we just going to record constantly on this?
Well,
It's like bloody London Aquarium down there, Gal.
it is.
We were even visited by some familiar faces.
That's OG Crinkle. What's he doing up here? What's he? He's just had hook in his mouth.
They're all up here, Gal.
With the fish traffic slowing down, it was about time to get the rig out. I threw out a few handfuls of 15mm essential cell, partly to get the distance right because I couldn't afford to mess up the cast in a spot like this, but also we've seen this particle and small bait mix slow the carp down to a crawl, and using bigger baits would, in theory, make them move between mouthfuls and make them easier to catch.
Yeah, we'll take it. Yep, go on, slacken off and get the there.
We couldn't fish like this on the other spot, so it felt like we had a real chance now.
Fish. Yes. Mate, he's close to you already.
Really close. First one is very, very close to you. Where's the pop up there? Wafter there.
It's just off, if he keeps coming,
What fish is it?
don't know, but he's very close.
Come on. Come on. He's not a small one, is he?
Might be that common. Oh no, he's not small. There might be another one behind it as well.
I'm really pleased because obviously you're in there for quite a long time.
Hyped. I feel hyped.
But you're in there, you're baiting up. You know you're within inches of them. I'm having to spod to clear the weed,
Yeah.
then get the line down. I've
Yeah.
done all that and they're in that quickly.
It's far more relaxing when it's not your rig out there.
I'll have airline like you in a couple of hours.
Hopefully. I can have a go at you for the next 10 years like you have me. Get off your phone.
It actually made me jump. I'd send an email, Damo.
I don't care, mate. I don't care, mate.
The carp were definitely more cagey with the rig in the water. We were using heavier stuff than we normally would because we were essentially fishing for one fish, a 64-pound fully, if we hadn't already made that clear enough. So that could have been causing the rest of the stock to be more wary.
In order just to perhaps make the swim a little bit more attractive, I've just crushed up some boilie, laced it with Smart Liquid and just dropped a few, almost like little ground bait balls of crumb and chop. And they've landed around the hook bait and they're just breaking down now. Just put a little bit more taste in the water, see if we can entice them back down again.
The zhuzh worked in that fish were coming through, but not a great deal dropped down.
Just swirl back down and eat.
They are just not, they know we're fishing for them,
They
don't
do.
they? Without a
Crinkle
doubt.
did yesterday.
Yeah, he did.
Apparently they're eating on your spot. Your spot today.
The spot.
The spot down there.
No, lines in the water. They've barely, when we've been there fishing for them, they've barely ate at this time of day down
No.
there.
I tell you what I am going to do, which is going to be interesting. I'm going to change over to fluorocarbon tomorrow. See
Yeah.
See if they
Just see what their
notice a
reaction to
difference
it
in
is.
the shift of
Yep, good shout.
Have an end each. Oh my god.
You just squirted your sausage all over me
Squirt,
again.
look.
Unlike my sausage, it ended up being an anti-climax. Rather than stubbornly fishing the spot waiting for perhaps a non-existent chance, I decided to reel it in and return to the chunky gravel spot for the evening. But despite a rig change to solid bags, which apart from the occasional close call,
Pick it up. Just keep going.
did nothing to change our fortunes. A day full of promise fizzled out into a pretty sad end.
Well, it's currently Sunday the 4th of May. The lads are due to come back tomorrow. They've been away for a couple of days seeing the family. Dovey wasn't very well, but anyway, that's not what you want to hear about. They're due to come back tomorrow. We've been keeping an eye on the spot, keeping the bait going in, and the reaction has been insane. I don't know how well you can see that. You'll have the footage anyway, but yeah, the reaction's been absolutely insane. The fish are super confident, clearing out the spot as we speak, and they just can't get enough of it. There's 4 fish in frame right now, all feeding. Hopefully this continues when the lads turn up tomorrow. Where is that fully? I don't know, but I don't think it's too far away at all.
Fully rested and having gotten over being ill, we hit the ground running.
Little schlag.
Having the weekend away meant we had well and truly rested the spot. We had gotten too excited when we saw the big un feeding on it before, and when we moved on it the following day, the fish just backed off when really we should have primed it a bit longer for them to gain confidence, which from the look of it, they definitely had.
Look at that one in front of the That's insane. The crew had fed the spot consistently while we were away and the carp were on it. So much so that they've blown in a fair bit of debris, which might cause problems, but that's fishing and it couldn't be helped.
Sorry,
Yeah, we're trying to catch this blooming big one. Taking notes from Spooner's session and what we've learned so far, I had made changes to the rig. It was still a spinner, but now I was using a snowman, and because it was essentially a bottom bait, I like to fish that on the leg clip with a hybrid stiff hook link and a little bit of putty on the hook, but more on this later. With the amount of carp on the spot and ideally needing to get it out first time, meant getting the rig in was a nightmare.
Yeah, this would be a stupendous time to put a rig in.
And the surface weed wasn't helping, meaning we'd have to drag a spom through it just to clear some space for the line.
Carp back on spot now. Right, I know you don't want me to put the pressure on, but this is a fantastic time to put the rig in.
Nope.
Nope. Oh, he's back feeding anyway. Ready, rolling. Yeah, it's literally bang centre. I mean, it didn't look like it kicked away as neatly as spooned. I can't really see how it's landed, but mate, I can see your hook bait. In terms of sitting in the spot, that's pretty good. I would definitely take that.
And now we wait.
Yeah.
I don't think we're going to be waiting too long before there's something, not necessarily getting a bite, but I think there'll be back.
Here's one.
There you go.
And we're back. Look, let's see if they see the line or not. Oh, be common.
It's the only incredibly good line.
Oh, come on. This will be funny. Honey's getting the waders on. Does he know this ain't wrong?
Is he feeding behind it, or is he?
That is a decent common, isn't it?
Yeah, it's not the one with the.
Please, is that little butler?
We've got to catch Butler. He's eaten half of the bait we've put in the lake, no matter where we put it. Yeah.
Common again?
Come on.
Decent common that. Get up that shelf.
Get up.
Get it in. Get up.
Get up.
Get up.
Get up.
Get up.
Come on. Come on.
My God, that was close.
Oh, it still is. It's in.
Is it in?
You got him. You got him.
Boys, can we get my waders? It's reminiscent of Dan and Dave, mate. Pull my waders up. Cheers, Margie.
Yeah.
Try and get round here. Right. Okay. Okay. That was a bit insane. Might have to go out in the boat for this.
Whatever you need to, mate.
Yeah, jump in the boat, lads.
Is it moving?
No. I think it's quite a good common.
It looked good.
Certainly bigger than Butler anyway. I think Butler was out the back with it.
Okay, tell me what you want me to do, Tom, when you want me to do it. I can get that if you want. You're good?
Yep.
Okay, mate.
Here we go.
Oh,
We're
saw
on.
a kick then.
Yeah, we're on still.
Right, do you want me to net it?
Huh? Oh god.
Your knee up there.
Lovely, these little rods.
Great, aren't they?
Do you need £30 of this?
Well, he looked it.
Just back off with the engine, so we're out there.
So we're out.
Yeah, just go out. I don't want to. We're drifting to the snag.
Mike, gonna swap sides. The fish is turning us, mate.
Huh?
The
We'll
fish is
just
turning.
reverse
I am
out.
now.
Reverse
Yeah,
out. That was
That's
mentally quick.
Yeah, that's the quickest spot in underwater ever.
It must be.
Gotta be, innit?
Do you know what that shows? The importance of pre-bait.
Yeah.
The rig's good, obviously, because it works straight away, but it means a lot when they take it confidently.
Yeah.
That just
He
woofed
didn't even
it
think
back.
about it. It was almost like he was on the spot where the bait was for a while.
This is so tense. I
want to say anything.
I just really want to get this in. Here we go. It's in there! Yes, boys! Oh, that is insane. We have been here about 45 minutes. The rig had been in the water 5 minutes, I reckon, 10 minutes maybe at a max.
Maybe.
First fish that come in had a little snaffle, second one came in, nailed about 4 boilies, and then took my essential self a little yellow tipper on top. And it is a decent £30 common. Get in there. What have we learnt? We've learnt that this rig is very decent first time off the bottom as well.
The one that you weren't so confident in being.
Well, I
quite
just
efficient.
I just thought they're not normally as good as pop-ups. And second of all, baiting up is so important if you can do it. It means they're very confident. They're coming in looking for the food. And they'll even take a bit of disturbance. Right, let's go back to the bank, boys. Get in there.
When I look back at when I was, if you like, trying to catch a specific carp, pre-baiting played a massive part. Being able to go down to the lake, you know, when you're not fishing, just to put, there was never a lot of bait. I was never putting kilo upon kilo in, but I could go down after dark, put a couple of hundred, maybe 300 boilies into the same area with regularity. It feels like when you then go fishing, it feels like you've got a cheat code.
Yeah, you have.
Because you've got fish eating in an area with no lines, they've got like a free meal, and all of a sudden there's 3 little rigs dotted amongst them, and you do catch quickly.
Yeah.
Maybe not the one you want quickly, but you know, you've got it going.
It's going to be so much easier to get a fish to pick up a boilie off of a spot if he's already eating 1,000 off of it.
200, really.
200,
Yeah.
sorry, 200,
Yeah, yeah,
300.
yeah.
No, but it is though, isn't it?
But
If they've been confidently eating there and every time they see a bait there, they go and pick it up and it's not got a hook on it. By the time it has got a hook on it, they're eating it properly.
And this proves it.
That's what we saw. They're eating it confidently, and if you can get them eating confidently, then you catch them. Sell everywhere.
All in the bank, don't matter about that.
Yeah, don't worry,
That's
get
for
it
the rats.
Get it for free. What a cracking bit of fish that is. 34 pound 10 ounce common, and probably one of the ones that's been in the swim, this one and the shallow end to be fair, over the last 9 days. This filming is tough, but it's so rewarding when it happens quickly like that. Like I said, we'd been baiting for the last couple of days without putting a rig in there, and that meant this fish was really confident when it took back the hook bait, and it did. It was really confident, got him straight away. Gives a massive thumbs up for that rig, and I'm obviously just really pleased to get a decent one on the bank like this. Thank you very much. Let's go and tell his big old fully pal. Cracking bit of fish that. He's slow, but he had the hook bait in his mouth for a long period of time.
Yeah.
He's opened and closed his mouth a couple of times with it in there because he's just so confident, and then you get him. And it was everything was perfect. He come in at the right angle. Like my lead is to the left here, isn't
Yeah,
it?
it
Like
is,
the
yeah.
hook link's dead straight and it's come onto it like that, and it's just Got him straight away. What a good moment, Gal. It gone in to
And he's
close
closed
its
his mouth.
It didn't tighten the hook link or nothing.
No.
It was towards it.
Yeah.
Pre-baited, good hook bait, good rig.
Came
Carp
over.
fishing.
Yeah,
Completed it.
completely, mate.
What you saw there was practically real time. It was as quick as you'd possibly want. Now the rig and a bit of bait was back out, unfortunately the spot had sprouted a bush in the commotion.
I'm not so keen on the bush.
Throw it trim back a little bit on that one.
Yeah. Prefer it just not to be there, really.
Any at all?
No. Prefer it without it. You would prefer it
We
without
did
it,
well
though.
there. We did well.
I was really trying to look at the screen. I would prefer it without the bush there, though, especially at the top there.
Well, yeah, because they often come in from the back there, don't they, from the
Yeah.
snag.
I don't know whether the spot's just looking better the more vegetation there is in there. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, I do, yeah. I get the a lot.
Oh, he's looking, he doesn't like it.
I think he's got a mouthful.
Is he?
Yeah.
I'm more in the camp that they see things now and look.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, I'm a little bit, yeah. I still think the most important thing, obviously, is that you get them feeding right, and that's whether you can pre-bait or not, you know,
Yeah, create the right feeding environment, they get confident.
and that's it done.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's the same
It's him
one.
again, yeah.
It's a bit worrying that it's just him coming back all the time. You might do a butler though and get the
That's
party
just what I was
started.
going to say. This could be the butler of this zone. Yeah, like going for your hook bait.
Okay, yeah. He doesn't like something. It's this light, I'm telling you. He's not coming into the light.
Stokes saw the same thing during his time at Carplantis. Whether or not carp can see in detail enough to spot rigs is debatable, but they definitely are able to discern light and dark. We see it time and time again when light levels dip. Whether that's approaching night time or the spot clouds up a bit, carp are easier to catch, and the effect is even more apparent on these shallow clear water spots. We've seen carp eat around the spot and around structures that provide cover way before they get to the spotlighted parts, and I believe that would be true whether our rig was there or not. But the fluorocarbon mainline did seem to help confidence levels this morning for the bite. But then we had pre-baited for a number of days, so the jury's out. I would say pay attention to light levels in your fishing though, especially on clear lakes. It's not quite the smoking gun, but there was a bit more cloud cover at this point, and the carp were definitely starting to move back in.
Another one. Right, there's some regularity back on this spot now.
Yeah.
It has been an hour and a half-ish.
Yeah, no one over the top of
An hour
him.
and a half-ish.
Oh, he's going to be
Is he
close.
going to take
He's
it?
going
Is
to
he
be
going to
close.
take it?
It's
Is he
very
going to take
close.
it? Is he going to take the pineapple? Is he going to take it? Close.
No, but he was very close.
Two different fish things,
He
isn't there?
came straight down in that zone though, didn't he?
Yeah. Oh, we're going to get a chance soon.
Yeah. Where do we recognise that one?
No, quite a nice carp though. Quite
Yeah.
a big one. He's feeding right. I tell you what, that 033 fluorocarbon, thin nanotubing, they're not seeing that as much
No.
as they were the other kit.
Agreed.
They're definitely not.
Agreed.
I'm going to get a chance here, Cal.
Bush or no bush, which is personal preference of course, in this case it was obstructing the carp.
That's done exactly what you just said, that bush.
Yeah,
It's
it's
got in the
diverted him
way.
off, hasn't he? But again, this would all be unknown usually, and when you might be expecting a bite and you don't, it could simply be something totally random like this.
Slide into the background, didn't they? What is he?
Don't know, but he's on a good line. He's,
on
low
a,
enough.
He's on a great line if he doesn't see my
There's
kit.
another one coming in this way.
What one is it?
Go on, go on, go on. Oh! Didn't spook, just didn't drop at the right angle.
Which one's this one? Is that a liner, do you reckon? Oh my god.
He could feed right behind him here. He's going down.
Is he going to take it? Is he going to take it? Is he going to take it? Is he
Go
going
on.
to take it? He's going to take it, surely.
I beg to differ.
That was very close. Oh, it's a common, that
Come
one.
on.
You can't tell, can you? Because there's another one coming in here. going to be the big one. Be the big one. Be the big one. This is when we want the big one to come in.
Yeah.
Bit of cloud, bit of excitement in the area. It's a common. Just turn up out the blue. He's a good one.
He's close. He's close. He's close on the close. Come on. Come on. One more.
Come on.
One more.
Come on.
One more.
Come on. Come on. He's
Drop.
looking at it. He's
Drop.
looking at it.
One
He's
more.
Gonna take it. He's gonna take
no,
it.
he fed next to it. He fed next to it. He's going to take it.
He's not.
He's not going to take it.
Oh God.
That was so close.
That was very, 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 very close. He's a nice common, that. He's like a nice classic shape.
Yeah, he is. I don't think he's very big. Oh, that one.
This is what I wanted it to be like all along.
Here we go. I thought that was Butler for a minute, but it's not. Got the wrong Mooey. Scaly 20. Another one coming in. Two more coming in.
I've got to get a chance here,
Is
Gal,
that
haven't I?
Common is turned away. He's turned away. They've all turned away, Tom.
What great footage this is.
If you take out of the equation the one you hooked, okay, that came in off the back of being very confident, 2 days of feeding, all of these have done what you'd expect fish to do over a bed of bait. Eat around the edges
Yeah,
first.
yeah.
They're doing exactly what a stereotypical carp should or we expect to do.
Yeah, no, 100%. It's
So-
like if you'd put the out with the spot, it'd be your left-hand rod that goes, not your middle.
Yeah, exactly.
This is your middle rod,
Exactly. You are bang in the middle of the spot, so it's going to get a chance. It might just take a bit longer.
isn't it? I hear you, Neil. Come on.
Oh, he's took a dive bomb, or he wanted that one. He could see your one here and have that.
Up pace. What are you doing?
He's chewing. Here he goes. Another little schnuffle. Come on, you've entered me screen on here, so I know
this
you're
one?
close. He's close. Oh,
I think you heard this. Still not gone in the mouth yet.
no.
Neither's a lot of that bait around the hook bait.
No,
that
no.
middle section.
They're still tidying the spot up for you.
Come on, give us enough time for that big one to come in, please. Let's make it all happen, all of us.
Question for you?
I'm just imagining it going
Okay.
into swim.
So, we've seen on other underwaters when you've got the hook bait bang on,
Yep.
they come in and charge at it.
Yep.
You've caught on it.
Yep.
Do you feel it's the right hook bait? Do you feel it's the perfect hook bait?
I don't feel it's the perfect hook bait, but what I don't want to do, because there's two scenarios for me. There's one where
You're about to get a bite here, so you're already recording. This is going to be close.
looking too much. Yeah, there's two scenarios for me. One in which do you want them to eat the hook bait first, and another where you think they love the bait and they're eating a lot of it.
Yeah,
And we know that they're eating loads of the bait.
you're already recording.
Yep. You know they're eating loads of the bait. So I want something that's pretty hatchy-matchy. Hatchy-matchy.
I agree. I think there's another hook bait you could try that you might get a quick bite, but it's
you
not
could-
necessarily the be all and end all.
No, and I can't put 3 rods out there and see what one works
No.
best, which is what I would normally do.
No.
If I put the wrong hook bait out in here, I miss the chance.
Yep.
So I'm better off with something that I know works most places, that will get picked up.
That's close.
Like this,
that's
like
really
this,
close.
like
That's
this,
really.
like
That's
this.
in.
Yeah,
That's
I've
in his
got
mouth.
it. I've got it.
Hey, yeah. It was only a matter of time. Still recording. I might being that close to your Johnson, I ain't gonna lie.
That's right. That's right. Oh my God. This is absolutely stripping me, this thing.
What is
That rig naff get up quick, doesn't it?
Yeah. Instant. That's in that he's not coming out. You're going to try and land, where are you going?
I'm gonna go down here again. Oh God. Trying to get away
You're
from
right,
the
Tom.
snags. That was smooth.
Made that look easy.
This fish absolutely stripped me to the left-hand side. Justin, the owner, had said he'd got rid of all of the snags, so it's safe down there, but you never know if it's just a little twig or something down there, it might nick the line, so I needed to come down here to the right-hand side to get him in the main swim and keep most of the disturbance away from down there as well.
Do you want to net this, Thomas? You're out further. Yeah, all right.
Yeah. It just looks so good. Like if you were just fishing out now in this swim, you'd be so confident of the bites. The wind's pushing down here, there's cloud cover, it's been so sunny the last week. So the conditions have worked perfectly for us today. The weed cover on the spot, the baiting for 2 days, and now a rig that's 1 in 1.
Dan. We knew it was close though. There was more and more fish coming in, and they'd eaten so much of the bait.
Yeah. In the
Just
old
needed the
scissors
right
again.
approach line.
Get in there.
Well done, Thomas.
Another one for the essential cell with a little bit of pineapple pop-up on top with a spinner rig, size 4 spinner hook and a putty, blobber putty on the bend of the hook. Straight away that gets them without any worry at all. Okay, so the fish is sitting down in the net there and I've got my rig ready to put back out on the spot. Thought I'd show you through it quickly. It's nothing mental, but it is slightly different to what I use normally. So instead of having the thicker tubing on there, I've used a much thinner tubing called Nano. It's, I don't know, probably half the size of the normal dark matter tubing. This is still dark matter, it's got tungsten in it, so it sits on the bottom. And I've got 033 fluorocarbon there instead of like 038 or 040 normal nylon. And this just means that you can't see it as much. It's very shallow and very clear here. So I'm trying to be a little bit more inconspicuous. And instead of the pop-up rig I put out before, I've still got a spinner rig, but there's a few changes to it. So instead of having the boom hook link, I've got a hybrid 20-pound hook link. It's still stiff enough for it to sit out dead straight, but with a bottom bait, I want just a little bit of more movement on the hook when it goes into the fish's mouth. And then on the hook end, here is something quite different to what I usually use. That is a size 4 spinner hook with a little bit of putty on the bend of the hook. And that means that the hook will sit flat on the bottom like that, and this mini snowman that's not particularly bright or different to what's out there will just sit over the top of the hook. But what that putty does do is that when this goes into the fish's mouth, that makes sure that hook swings round and this gets him in the scissors or in the bottom lip. I've been using this for a couple of years now. I thought it was good, but it's very, very good. 2 out of 2. I will take it. That big one is coming in soon, I'm telling you.
A similar effect can be made using the shot on the hook. I just quite like using the putty in this case because it looks neater due to its low profile, but realistically both the shot on the hook or the putty will work as well as each other.
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh, that's good.
That's in the zone.
Okay, would you say this is more like one of your left and your right hand rods
I
now?
could say so. You're on the edge of your right hand spot now. I like him as a little rogie off the right.
You like that,
I
didn't
like
you,
that.
Neil? I like it as well. Here he is, the old boy. A lovely little chestnutty mirror, probably about 16, 17 pounds. And one to build the confidence, let me tell you. That's 2 out of 2 now on that rig. I'm extremely confident now that if anything comes in, I'm gonna get it. And I feel like it might be a real big one soon. Cracking little fish. He's been in there obviously for a long time eating them boilies. They absolutely love them in here. Love to see it. I'm gonna put him back because my rig's on the spot and I'm excited for another.
You watch, we'll get it tomorrow when it's my turn. There'll just be nothing left because he's either caught them all or spooked them. Great.
I can't believe they're back in so quickly.
Oh, that's crazy.
That is mad.
Bear in mind, you walked all over the spot, the fish shredded you down the right, you basically played it in over the top of the spot.
And they're just back in straight away. This is the power of pre-baiting, honestly.
Yeah.
There isn't many chances you can do it these days, because obviously you don't want to bait next to somebody that's fishing, but if you have an opportunity like this, that's in a snag, you can walk around your lake each day. If the fish have eaten thousands of boilies off of the spot, they are definitely more willing to take your hook bait quickly, and they are more willing to come back into the swim once you've caught one, 100%.
Yeah, here he comes. Think. Hook.
11-11.
Here we go. Big one's going to come in.
Yeah. Keeps hitting me on head.
And you need to have 4 weeks, hoping you'll get it done in 2.
Yeah, that one is one.
His glasses off.
He's on the good line, mate.
He is on the right line.
He's on the right line.
Go on.
Is he going to take it?
Yes.
No, I got
He's done you. He's actually done you.
Did you get done?
Properly got done.
Yeah, the hook bait went into his mouth. I don't know whether the hook did,
Right.
but the hook
4
bait.
words, gentlemen, and I'm going to sign off. Shot on the hook.
Hang on.
That's still 2 in 3 though. I'm happy with that. Yeah, let's have a look back on that. Right, Dan, we're going to go. Oh, is it? Oh, he's shut off. That does go to show that what we were saying is that we were going to get a quicker pickup on that. Almost none of the boilies have gone, and that's been in a fish's mouth. That was very, very different to what happened before when the hook bait was in the centre of the spot. That's why it's always worth having 2 rods on a spot. We can't here because it's so tight, it's like a little tiny snag spot, but normally if this was out in the lake, I'd have one in the centre of the spot and have one on the outside. And that means as soon as they start feeding, they can eat a few and you can get one. And then I would often leave my middle rod until they eat the rest of the bait.
Sorry.
I think until they eat the rest of the bait and you get one off the centre of the spot. Then you know most of the bait's gone. You need to put more bait out and put both your rods out. That's how you can get into a real swing of catching a lot off of the spot. Hook link's still sitting all right when it's blown back a little bit towards the lead, but I'll take it.
Carp were continually in for most of the afternoon.
Come on.
Turn. This is close.
Turn round. That's a
Oh, that's a
fatty common. Not massive, but he's nice fishing. He's a nice one, isn't he?
He's nice. That's probably the biggest one we've seen for a while, I would say.
For a while, yeah.
Yeah. And in typical fashion, they were constantly feeding right on the edges of the spot, and weirdly, the majority right over Dovey's line, which just goes to show how undetectable that 033 contour fluorocarbon is. But it does prove the point that the rigs that are often the first to go are on the outer edges.
But when you get the right hook bait, which is absolutely irresistible, then it almost doesn't matter. They'll eat it first wherever it is. But what makes the right hook bait? That is the £1 million question.
What is a good hook bait?
A good hook bait is one that gets picked up a lot.
The carp
And you
want to eat.
Yeah, and you find it by testing things out. And you also you test it out over a short period of time during your trip. So you can put 2 or 3 different colours and flavours out and you can find out what happens then. And you're also naturally testing it over a long period of time, aren't you?
Yeah.
Because over them trips, okay, the yellow's one again, the pink's one this time. And you gauge what ones are good or not. And normally for me, that's a pineapple pop-up. And that's why we sort of keep going back to them on this trip.
Yeah, we put out what you feel is your most successful hook bait over a long period of time. Mine, it's been isotonic or pango in more recent years. But without doubt, when I've got them 2 sat out there, I think, well, they're going to eat it.
Yeah.
It's as simple as that.
Yeah, you can play around with things, but over a long period of time, you'll tend to know what's best anyway. I think he's smart, that one. We're cautious, not smart. Maybe 20, don't.
Oh,
This is a chance here, Gal. There's another one coming in from the back as well. There's the common. Yeah, no, the common's about 22 to 23 pounds here. Another one in from the right. There's loads in it.
it's 4 or 5 in and around the zone.
13, 14. Bear fish.
Bear fish.
Who wrote that yesterday? Bear fish. Is that you? We like it. Come on. Come on. Come on, come on. Come on,
Go on, tilt.
Come on, come on.
Oh,
For it.
hang on. That could be in his mouth.
I think I got done
I
there.
think you got done then.
Has it moved there? Yeah, he spooked.
Yeah,
I did say he was going to be difficult, that
you
one.
did.
But did it go in? See, look at that hook sitting on the hook link now. Brings me back down to 50-50. Is that really achieving? Is that a good line?
Good
though?
line. Is that scaly 20?
No. So you can like achieving a line there. Oh, is it? Might be.
No, it's not.
Different one, isn't it?
Little plain Jaina. Oh, well, no, we've seen him before. We've seen it at the other end, them little starburst pattern. He's on it. He's on it. He's in it.
No.
No, didn't go any. He's got it that time.
Oh, that was done badly.
Royally done.
That was properly in his mouth. Is it straightened it out now though?
I reckon it's now sitting better.
Please, Lord. Am I going to get another chance here?
Yep.
Am I going to get another chance? No, it's the common.
He is super. Your rig looks perfect now.
He's cautious, he is. He's not an idiot, that one. It was going so well. I think what we can take from this is your rig needs to be sitting out straight.
Yep.
It's
That's
really,
fair.
really, really important. If it's not, it goes in and out of mouths.
It's mad how quickly it changes. 20 minutes ago, it looked perfect. Now it looks like you're almost fishing a single. Don't it?
Yeah, it does, yeah.
They've eaten a lot.
Yeah,
It's-
I reckon we're putting in about at least 2/3, maybe a kilo every single time we put bait out. It's just a better feeding scenario here now than it was at the beginning of the trip. Completely different, actually.
Yeah.
I do actually think this is where a slightly shorter hook link would work.
Yeah, when you get fish like that not moving as much.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Everything else around the scenario will tell you whether you should catch or not. You know, if fish are jumping on your spot, they're fizzing, you're getting liners, and then it all stops. Then you can bet your bottom dollar that they've been in and cleaned you out. And if them scenarios arise, then you have to start thinking maybe I haven't got the right thing on the end, or I'm not presented. But because we fish rigs that are presented a lot of the time, it's often the hook bait that will change first. So that's where so I guess experience in certain situations will tell you whether you should change it or not. But I think it's quite obvious when you feel like you should be getting a bite. You know, the wind looks good, the fish are jumping near you, the weather's warm, getting liners, all them sort of things. If that's happening, you ain't getting picked up, you got the wrong thing on the end. My stomach feels a bit bad.
You're gonna like explosive everywhere.
Maybe in my waders.
Can I ask a favour? They're
Yeah.
my waders.
Leave them on.
Do you not them?
Okay.
Fair, innit?
Lewis, my good man, could you pass me that bag there, please? That's the one, that's the kidder, that's the very fellow.
That is the very fellow.
That's the very fellow.
Always travel light and don't take too many pots. Don't take too many pots of pop-ups.
Take too many pots of pop-ups. Only take what is absolutely necessary, because what you'll find yourself in the situation is you'll be trying to get your rods out, you'll be like, which one shall I go for, and you're just not going to know. So travel light, don't go with many, have a couple of different colour options. You don't need to have loads and loads of different flavours of the same colour. Normally what I find is that you can get the ones that you really need just in your rucksack. You don't need to bring you don't need to bring a whole separate bag. Travel light, life will be great.
Simple.
Okay.
Come in.
Come on, have a look at that bait.
You've come back, you've realised it's the same one. You've realised there's more bait down there, and now you're going to go and tell your boys, and then you're going to come back with your boys.
I think that was the cute common.
That one?
Is that what you thought it was?
No, it's that mirror that come around before with a flat belly big back. That's what you've got to call him, flat belly big back.
After a good look through the billion pots of hook baits, I settled on a slightly heavier washed out pink wafter, very underwater 7, just to see if I could get a bite before we got cleaned out again. On retrieve, I hooked the bush and managed to get it out of the swim, and instantly carp were coming in from that angle.
That tree might have been doing you dirty, without us realising.
Not really doing us dirty. Oh, what's this one? Nice one. Go on,
Go on, straight down, straight down, straight down.
Did he take it? No.
I don't know what happened there. He looked like he was absolutely bang on it. We'll have to watch that.
Where has it gone?
Still here, look, it's just moved.
No, it's moved.
It's like he scooped it. I don't know if he
Yeah, no,
actually
he
got
did
that
it.
in his mouth.
I don't think he did. Do it again. Oh, did you see exactly what happened, you moron?
No, watching it again's not going to show me anything, is
Yeah,
it?
well, have another look.
You're unbearable sometimes.
Yeah, no, he didn't. Do you think he did?
No, I didn't the first time. That's why I said it. So when I watched it the first time, it was exactly the same as when I watched it again. Exactly. Okay, mate. We've been up a long time. We're both getting a little bit tetchy. And you're pushing my buttons. They know it's there, I'm telling you.
You reckon?
I really do.
You reckon, yeah? What's this one like? Any good? How close are you to that? That's not a bad angle for the light one. Come on, take it. No, he's not going to. Is the other one going to take it? Are you going to take it? Is anyone going to take it? Can you just take it? He's going to take it. Ooh,
He done you.
He done me. That's 2. That's 1. He took it though, didn't he?
He took it. Told you, mate. That flavour is good.
Oh, this is getting not good now. That's 3 at least, I think.
It is. Do you want to watch that
2
again?
on the bounce and then 3. No.
Want to watch it?
Oh yeah, I'd love to rewatch that. Yep.
You wanted to watch it last time?
Yep. No, well, because I just didn't know whether it went in the mouth last time. This time it definitely did. I think there's too much slack with this hook link now. It's not sitting out right.
I had concerns that with the fish moving slowly between baits, this 7-inch boom was too long. A slow fish needs a more spiteful, shorter rig, so I went back to the 5.5 inches of 25-pound boom that I fished with the pop-ups. The pink wafter dumbbell was still on, so we'd see whether or not the shorter rig would make a difference.
That's Butler, isn't it?
Looks like little Butters' head.
It's a long way out, but I feel like we can ID him from there now.
We're close with him, aren't we?
Well, we thought that until he was cheating on our
True.
spot, remember? And it's not until you have another spot that you realise who people really are.
I bet he's there on the others. I wouldn't put it past him.
No, you know what he's like, little slag.
It turns out this spot is pretty much a morning/afternoon spot, with the traffic really slowing down. I decided to make up a little bait mix composed of essential cell crumb and whole boilie, cell, sweet corn and some cream smart liquid in prep for my turn in front of the cameras the next day. But seeing how great of a friend I am, I put out a few handfuls for Dovey, and a carp was in as it was dropping.
There's a fish in already.
But it ended up being just a lone flyby. But that lone flyby took a bit of a turn.
Back it up. There's another one behind. Is that his fin? No, there's another one
There's
behind.
another one. They've just rocked back up, haven't they, like Christmas? That Zhuzh's got in their gills, hasn't it?
Right,
Come
now,
on, keep going.
now we get to see if this slightly shorter and stiffer hook link is doing a do. Is that Butler?
Yeah. I hate you, Butler.
No, don't be horrible to Butler.
No, you don't know what that saying means, do you?
That common ain't that big. Because Butler weren't much smaller.
There used to be a comedy back in the day called On the Buses.
Neil, I don't care.
That's why I'm saying I hate you, Butler, because it was a saying off of that.
Oh, right, okay.
God's sake, I'm just trying to have a little chat with
Yeah,
you.
I'm just, all I want to do is
Do it.
watch.
Big girl, big girl.
All I want to do is just see these fish eat my bait. Is that one? Oh, he's facing the other way. Oh, you can see the hook bait now. It's just
Oh, yeah.
You see him?
That's got a nice level of waft to that.
You like that,
I
don't you,
do
Neil?
like that.
What's happened here?
Zhuzh.
It's got to have been the Zhuzh. It's got to have been. There's no way that's a
What
coincidence.
time did I put that in? 'Cause you didn't film, did you?
No, I did film briefly.
So probably 18:31. 3 fish
Yeah.
come into feed.
Oh, is it the?
Probs 15 mins after introducing.
Oh, is that on a good line? There's two of them here, is there? Keep an eye out, Neil.
It's free.
Yeah, I know, but right near the hook bait, I can't see anything here.
Come on, Tom. He's coming in. Drop down. There's no.
Big
That's
perch.
a big perch. I thought, what was he?
Decent fish.
Nice common in.
What is going on here? What is in the Zhuzh? Another one!
You're joking.
That's the same common.
Yeah. Oh, he's turned.
Where is the bait? Where is the bait?
The other
Just
side
to
of
the
his
right.
head.
That's not the cute common, is it?
It's been so long since I've seen him. It could be, you know, actually.
Yeah, he's feeding a little bit less cute though.
That Zhuzh's got him all rolled up.
It really has.
They've just been sitting out of the way, a bit bored. Now, God, couldn't be further from the truth.
You and half talk some rubbish. Right, there's Butler's on the line, isn't he?
Is that you there?
Yeah. Hope. Oh, that's just spooked off something.
Might be a big one coming in. Dum.
Unfortunately, the washed out pink continued to underperform for us. A lot of fish were about.
It's like a jacuzzi.
Look at these fish. Mate, I'll really say this hook bait isn't. My yellow one would have been picked up by now. Do you not think? Mate, have you ever seen so many? Look how many fish are in this swim.
It's carnage.
I should reel in, really.
Oh my God. Wow. Can't quite believe that. They have just. Oh, they've ruined the film.
Do you think I should reel in?
Scaly's.
A lot of fish in here now, mate. I should get
You got
yeah, I
five.
can
Oh.
see it now. It's there. Did he just suck that in or? I think so.
He might. Scaly 20's in the zone. Oh my goodness. Another one's about to come into the zone and he's upending. Come on. I can't see a thing.
I can't see the hook
Can't
bait
see a
now.
thing.
The thing is, I'm not reeling in now because we can't see it.
No,
we'll
it's there. It's there, I think.
No, it was higher than that.
That looks like a magic Adama ball.
Oh, it might be a magic Adama ball. One's coming down on it now, is it? Think no. Didn't think it was going to stir up like this. Blimey. This has got very murky very quickly. A lot of carp in it.
Wow.
It's crazy that that hook bait hasn't gone in their mouth yet. I know there's quite a bit of bait out there now, which is
Yeah. I'm pretty sure that is it though. I think that still looks like a dumbbell to me. Is it you?
It does, but is it?
In which case it might have moved slightly. But I think that's just from... He's reversing up. I think that's just from how hard they were feeding. I don't think it got picked up.
Good line, good line.
Looks very good.
Good line. It's gone in.
Did it go in?
Looked like it.
We'll have to watch that one back.
When it's like this, I really should be getting far more opportunities. One thing we can take from this though, a little spom or two when things have died down is more than enough to spark up feeding. Just do a better job than us with hook bait choice. In hindsight, the Match the Hatch Snowman with the little yellow topper would have been better, seeing how they were chomping through the bait. And when the carp were finally going for it,
Yeah, go on.
I'd just get done anyway.
I think I just got done.
He went for that, he definitely went for it.
Oh,
For science, I ended up switching back to a yellow pineapple goo pop-up just to see if something very blatant would at least get some reaction in the final half hour or so.
here we go. Oh, we didn't like the pop-up bean on the spot.
I don't think it was the pop-up, but something had made the carp far less confident as the day progressed.
It's not funny, mate. This is the chair ever.
It is funny though.
We'd had a couple and got done a fair few times, so it might have been the constant pressure all day.
Oh, Butler, don't
I'll tell
throw that
you
one
what,
away.
you can say what you want about Butler. Little schleg. Little schleg.
Cheat! I can't believe him.
The little cheat. The little...
I hate you, Butler.
But he's very crafty.
Yeah, he is.
He's eaten more... He's got to have eaten more bait than any other carp on both spots,
Yep, I'd say so.
hasn't he? And he's got away with it constantly.
With a few more close calls to round the day off,
What a lovely carp he is.
Got a beautiful little nose.
What are we going to
Go
call?
on.
What are we going to call him?
The beautiful linear. He's got to
very
be on the
close
hook
to
bait.
it.
He's
No,
got-
I think he's just left of it.
Oh, he is, that's there.
it looked as if the pop-up experiment didn't pan out.
I would say the take home from that day is that if you pre-bait and get them feeding, you'll catch them on almost anything. And I'm not saying that my rigs and the bait are almost anything, but I'd say that it doesn't matter so much what you've got out when they're feeding really hard.
You've done the hard work, haven't
The
you?
hard work's done.
You've got them eating on a spot, they're eating the bait that we're putting out, they're cleaning it out regularly. So your hook bait's then being in situ, it's just like another thing they think they can safely eat. Almost don't question it.
Yeah, and it's going in their mouth and staying in there longer because they're not sort of skittish or worried about the whole thing. It just makes a huge difference. It's very difficult now to pre-bait lakes because a lot of lakes have rules to say that you can't do it. Lakes that you are allowed to. You don't want to put lots of bait out next to somebody and ruin their fishing. So you have to pick and choose your times that you can do it. But if you can, it essentially makes fishing easy.
Yeah, it does.
That's the reality of the situation, isn't it?
100%.
So we still learn that the hook baits are good and we still learn that the rig was very good, but the main reason that them bites occurred was because we'd pre-baited. One thing I would add as well is that we'd essentially pre-baited on the other spot, but the only difference was the chunky gravel. That is the only
that's
difference.
true. That is
Kev had
true.
found the spot probably 4 days before we fished it, 3 days.
Certainly, yeah.
Found it on the
Something like
drone, we started putting bait out, then we put the camera in. I reckon it was 3 or 4 days of them feeding on that spot. So essentially that was pre-baiting. So the situation was the same. We'd moved on to a spot, the fish were on it, but you couldn't present. So that's the difference between chunky gravel and sand, very clearly.
The dwindling traffic the previous evening must have continued overnight, as the bait we'd put out before signing off for the day unfortunately hadn't been eaten as much as we hoped. I had planned to put out an Almond Goo high attract pink tipped essential cell, and something standing out that much over this much bait solidified the choice.
Why does it only happen to you though? That didn't happen to me once on that chair yesterday.
A match the hatch, or even a yellow one, we felt would have taken too long to be noticed.
This is
Yeah, it is, mate, yeah.
this is weird though, do you not think?
Yeah, very.
Don't really make any sense. I know it's the first day back on bait yesterday, but that ain't gonna,
No,
not
they were
gonna
still-
kill it in a day.
No. Like I say, another chilly night, sort of 2 back to back.
It was a very slow morning, and seeing as the little zhuzh worked wonders the previous day, I decided to go out and put a bit of fresh scent into the swim.
J-E-U, zh.
J-E-
No, zhuzh,
No,
zhuzh. Little zhuzhy. Put an I at the end, little zhuzhy.
When would you put it out?
It feels like it if you're going to put it in
Maybe
a mix.
at the
it's-
beginning of the trip.
Yeah, exactly. If you're turning up for 2 or 3 nights somewhere, going to somewhere like, let's say Norton Disney, we know there's a lot of carp. That cloud that's going to fall through the water with lots and lots of little bits in, it's going to bring the fish in, it's going to get them rooting around. But I really believe that as soon as you get your first bite or two, that's the time to draw it back.
Yeah,
Just
possibly,
keep
yeah.
bigger bits going in. You've got fish competing. Once they're competing on a spot and there's a regular supply of food coming in, I think they're going to carry on eating.
And if you think it's gone quiet, maybe put a little bit out.
Yeah.
The key is not to have it as like a large percentage of your overall bait in the swim. Put a really small amount and not too often. Because if you build that up on the spot, then you're in a difficult position to catch them. But yeah, if you think it's quiet and you needed a little zhuzhy out there, put a zhuzhy out. We've got so many of them.
It was probably a mix of it being extremely cold during the night and for most of the morning,
I think even my cold.
and that the fish had just moved off. We had left them to eat unmolested for a few days, and through fishing for them, it perhaps just put them off a bit. It wasn't until nearly 11 that we even saw anything.
To be honest, I'm bored out of my skin anyway. What?
That is fair, Tom.
By the time I get back, the old kettle will be bored, I'll be warm.
That won't be. There's a lot of water in there. It's like boiling a lake.
Hell. Maybe this is the start of a good year for me, and hopefully yours gets worse. Imagine if he comes down and now's your pink one. He nearly did.
He nearly came in on that. Oh, but it's a feeder in the middle of the spot, Tom.
That's the sort of behaviour you'd expect from a good hook bait. It wasn't picked up immediately, so not a great hook bait, but it clearly pulled the fish down to feed right on it in the centre of the spot, rather than nicking a few freebies on the edge. Though, that was the last fish we'd seen for over an hour before we decided it was time for another little zhuzh.
Little one. Yeah, it's the same one that was in before.
He's on a good line. I just think there's too much bait. The line he's taking is just a lot of bait there at the minute.
Oh, see the zhuzhy going up.
Yeah. Smart Liquid's doing its job there.
Do you reckon we should ask Mainline to change the name of Smart Liquid to Zhuzh?
Just zhuzhy.
I think Kev will be alright with it.
Mainline zhuzh.
Yeah.
I think he'd be fine with that.
The little zhuzhy definitely sparked a bit of activity.
Come on, Neil, this is a good chance here.
Yeah, thank you, Tom.
Neil.
Yeah, yeah,
Chance.
thank you.
For the next hour, multiple fish came in.
Come on, 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 come on. Doesn't want it. You're too cute for that.
But our initial excitement about the hook bait fizzled out the more time it was left untouched.
Like we surmised earlier, or assumed earlier though, we didn't think
they were just going to come in on a bright one.
No,
And they haven't done that. They've had every opportunity to just eat that.
they ain't doing it.
They want what's hard on the deck.
Small waters, which this is one, are known for being tricky. They become riggy, or I don't know. I'm not convinced it's like that's the actual thing.
But they're under a lot of pressure all the time, aren't they?
They're under a lot of pressure all the time. And if you looked at just how many rigs a fish saw in a 3-acre lake compared to a single fish in a 100-acre lake, they're on a much quicker learning path. They're like essentially seeing 100 rigs a year, or 1,000 maybe, whereas one in a 100-acre lake will only see 10. So if they do learn, or they do become wary of things, which I think they probably do just through nature, they become wary very quickly. And that's why they're very, very tricky, these little lakes. And you can see that they're ignoring pop-ups, and maybe they're seeing the line and the lead core much more than a fish would in a big lake, I think.
I think you're right, but what I think is important to remember is that we're trying to catch them right in the edge as well. You've got an alien camera that they're not used to being with. They're trying to get used to that. I would lay money if we'd have put the hook baits that we started with out into the lake where we could see them feeding round the weed beds in the clay. If those rigs were in amongst that, I bet we'd have caught fish every night.
We would have, but that doesn't stop the fact that they are trickier in small waters, I don't think.
No, I agree with that.
We definitely would have caught more in the clay.
But
That's the other thing, is that it's always in a tricky situation, is it? That 4 foot of gin clear water is probably the hardest situation to catch carp in. So everything's exaggerated. Everything they know is exaggerated. Whereas if you're in 10 foot of water and there's clay everywhere.
As soon as they touch down, it clouds up and sort of obscures things a bit more.
Yeah, you're getting them on anything.
Yeah, yeah, basically.
Cutie, it's Cutie Patootie. Oh, it's nearly gone in by accident. Mate, he was so close. Oh my God. Oh my God. He went for the whole thing and then he went in. The other thing is, we've got quite stepped up tackle on. We're fishing for big uns, really, aren't we?
Yeah, true.
Do you know what I mean? And these are not very big fish. These are, I think, the smaller batch of fish that are in here.
Carp were hitting patches of bait without so much as an attempt on the hook bait. We like to say that if the fish are eating more than 50% of the bait before the hook bait, then it's a below average choice. In normal fishing, this would look like fizzing over the spot, slicking up, or getting liners without a bite. I decided to go back to the old faithful Pango Goo topped cell bottom bait, which was practically a match the hatch compared with the Essential Cell freebies.
Mate, that nearly went in his mouth.
Did he try for that?
Yes, he did, and it got...
Is that old crafty as well? Or we saw it move
It
then?
was crafty, but I'm telling you, that's
That's already infinitely better than the other one.
the first fish that's fed next to it. It's gone in the mouth. That is not a coincidence.
No.
It was a promising start for the hook bait. Just the lack of fish traffic only gave us a handful of chances to properly test it.
He wants it. He wants it.
Come on. Come on. I think he might take that one.
There ain't. Here he comes. Come on. Come on. Come on.
Okay, come on. Come on.
Good line.
Come on. Come
Very
on.
good line.
Come on. No. You deserve one today, Neil. You've been very patient.
It's been tough, Tom.
You put a little zhuzhy out when you needed to. There's been no feeding on any other spots, but they've fed on here a little bit.
Yep.
I think you've got the right hook bait out.
Come on. Come on.
And I think you still might get a chance before it's too
Could
late.
be a chance. Not quite sure what that fish is, but 1842.
I swear he wants it.
He knows it. We
Is that
didn't
a
get.
mirror?
I think so. Yeah.
Oh, he really is similar to Cutesy.
Yeah. Didn't get any of this with the almond pop-up with the pink, did we? None of it.
No, they were ignoring it.
When that was cast out, the common got close to it, and he just keeps circling it. He wants. Look, here he goes. How much does he want it?
Just take it, Boychie.
He spat at it. You make involuntary noise in this tent that you didn't know you made.
It's going to be very hard to catch one carp on his own.
Yeah.
We do always say that. Like you need another one to sort of edge him on to go, oh, I'm going to get it first.
The evening ticked away with practically nothing happening. A few single carp of the cutesy variety, which would have been hard to catch on the best of days, but it was a pretty nothing day.
I don't even like underwater filming anyway.
And we didn't have too many days left for me to actually catch one at all. The only consolation was that the other spots around the lake had basically no activity either.
I do worry about this now though. Got to be honest.
Yeah, me too. Obviously, my day yesterday was the start of the decline. Been baited, had an amazing day's fishing. Weather changes, they don't want to be here now. The odd one having a boilie here and there is not the one.
The lake had shut up shop. There was no activity on our current spot, none on any of the backups, and the very few fish that were showing were over clay areas where we couldn't deploy the cameras.
Tom was getting tetchy.
The wind had changed, the weed had drifted off the spot, which meant we had lost their natural cover. What's worse, it was our final couple of days before we passed the baton over to Damo and Stokes, who were due to lend their expertise to the underwater saga.
We can't just let Damo turn up to this, can we?
That's not fair. Waste of his time.
It's a waste of everyone's time. It's like we need a grand finale. We need something going on the last few days, and it's just not. I don't think it's going to happen here.
We hadn't seen any big fish since Dovey caught the 35-pounder, and with the realisation now firming up that the stock levels were definitely not as great as we were led to believe, and us essentially fishing for a single fish that we hadn't seen since that brief moment on the test cameras, we just felt like our final moments were quickly fizzling out.
With no fish in the swim, there was no point in getting the rig out. If we've learned anything, the power of pre-baiting, or at least leaving a spot without lines for the fish to feed without pressure, is actually a bit of a superpower in these small gin clear lakes. So by the time I decided to put the rig in, the same wafter rig I'd caught the fish on previously with an essential cell hook bait with a pineapple goo topper, I'd hope I'd have at least a final chance of picking up one last fish.
Go on, he's going to take it. He's going to take it.
Ooh,
He has.
Oh.
Ooh, did it go in though?
Don't know. I'm not sure. I don't think it did.
I don't know, Neil. I think it might have. The thing is, I can't look back because he's there.
No,
It's him as well. It's the one we said we was catchable, and he's just.
No, that's Butler, isn't it?
That's not Butler.
I can only see the two big scales.
No, it's not Butler. Huh? Look at him. Would you believe it? It's hard to tell, isn't it? Are we giving us whatever you want to say about that? It was a chance, and
He wanted it at least, though.
yeah, but that's getting done, isn't it? That's him sucking it in and me not getting in.
Knowing when it's time to, if you like, reel in for a bit, can only come down to either what you're experiencing that session, or taking it back to, as I said before, when I was fishing for specific carp and you're putting bait into certain areas. I would kind of know very quickly. I would either catch quickly or not at all, and then it felt like it was time to perhaps bait another zone in readiness for that one, being quiet for a bit, but.
Yeah, I think within a session though, if like I would say, like all good things don't last, and if you're fishing a spot that's you're catching lots of carp from, you're not going to keep catching loads from it, and actually you're better off stopping when it just starts laying down a little bit. If you're getting 2 or 3 bites at a time, if it's really going and it just starts waning off a little bit, that's the time to think, well, I'm going to rest, leave the rods out, put up 15 spoms and give it a few hours, because you want them to gain confidence again, and you're killing the confidence by catching them every single time. So it's actually, you're better off stopping and resting it at the top to sort of last out that period a little bit longer, I would say.
Do you ever do that?
I actually do, yeah.
I'm guilty of not.
Yeah, no, I do. Somewhere like Raisbury is the perfect place to do that because it's not easy and it's not, sort of like that in between sort of thing. If you're fishing somewhere like Norton and there's lots of carp in there, then you can often carry that on for a long period of time.
Yeah.
But somewhere that's sort of like mid-range easiness, I would say, understand that you're not going to keep catching loads, so give it a rest for a little while.
It was clear that the fish were eating cell, and maybe because I only had a few hours left, I switched to a straight out the bag 15 miller.
At least 4 fish there. There's 2 in the gloom, 2 here. He
Go
is
on,
close.
go on,
He
go
is
on, go on.
close.
He turned away from that. It must be the tackle, mate, in this clear water.
Something is chowing. Looks like a hurricane's just kicked up. That's how I'd imagine a mid-60 fully to feed. With gusto.
Is he going down straight on it?
Very close to it, Tom. Very close. Very close. How's he not eating that?
That was just unlucky, I think.
Got a question for you.
You've got a question?
Yeah.
Go on then.
You called it unlucky.
That's
That's unlucky. Would you have called it unlucky if that had been your rod? Would you have called it unlucky if it had been your little snowman out of a yellow tipper, or would you have said, "Hey, don't like that"? He ignored that.
I'd have said he ignored it.
You would, wouldn't you?
Yeah, but I don't know how he could possibly ignore that. That's just exactly the same as everything else out there. And it was he was like eating on my hook link, and it was there.
I agree. He can't have picked that out as being a dangerous item of food, but perhaps they weren't doing that before either. Is what I'm saying. Perhaps.
But they certainly weren't picking it out, which is what you go for with a bright one.
Agreed.
Do you know what I mean?
Day done, and I chalked up a fat 0 for it.
Yeah, there's a little one.
Little schnuffler.
Little
I'm not
schnuffler.
filming that. I can't even see it.
Frustratingly, the only thing that we could take away is that when the lake is fishing hard, you can't really do much apart from rest the spot for a few hours and hope that when you go back you're using the right hook bait, which so far has been a fairly fruitless search.
This is your last chance.
This is my moment. Imagine how much pressure I was under to finish this shoot with a carp. Now double it, because if I didn't catch, I'd have spent over 2 weeks blanking, which was not an option.
Come on, Neil. Neil, this is it. This is your day.
Seeing the carp's reaction to the freebies, my opening approach to the day was a double 10mm cell straight from the bag bottom bait.
Neil, I'm not going to lie, you need to catch one today.
Thanks, mate.
I'm not putting the pressure on, but pressure's on. Okay? No pressure, but all the pressure.
We were off to a good start. We'd seen some of our old friends,
Lila and OG Cooper, this is like the
Like day one.
yeah, this is like 9 weeks ago.
and even some new faces.
A lot of men die at 50. You might only have 6 years left.
Might do. Didn't like something, did he?
No, definitely
Butler
not.
again, though.
Is it Butler?
Yeah.
Sneaky little Butler!
He didn't touch down, but something. I don't
Did
think
he
it's-
touch the line? These fish are seeing here. I've never really been in that camp, but it is very clear.
Classic Butler. If we couldn't outsmart him, then at least we could always count on him to get the party started.
Right, you're in a good position here, Neil. Just
PMA.
Just understand where you're at here.
Come on.
You've got 2 cell bottom baits on. They're eating loads of cell.
Yep.
There's 5 fish in the swim.
Yep.
This is it. Come on, 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 come on. On your tubing, On your tubing on the close. On your tubing lead. Another one
Another
coming
one.
towards
Oh,
the
come on.
Mate, there's loads.
I can't
there's
handle
one,
this.
2, 3, 4, 5 at least.
Can't handle this.
What?
I can't handle it.
Gal, you've got to get one here, boy Chi. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, maybe 6 now. One's just gone off there. 5, yeah, there was 6.
6 carp.
There's 6 carp in your swim. Carp soup.
It is carp.
It's
soup.
carp soup. See, do you wish you had a brighter hook bait on now? Or do you not?
No, in my head, I'd say yes. That's only because you can see it better. But we've
In
seen
reality,
them,
no.
well, we've seen them not really go for them as such. I'm just hoping that they'll just come across them 10 millers and just eat them. Do you know what they'll eat them with? Gay abandon.
Oh, I thought you meant in the mouth.
Good
Go on.
line. Drop down.
Go on,
Drop down. Drop.
drop down, 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 drop down. He's gone past it. I really, really want you to catch one now. I really, really,
I don't
really,
know if I've ever wanted to bite more in my life.
really, really, really. This needs to happen today. Just for a lot of reasons. Mainly because we've been here a long time. Mainly because it would be your first ever underwater carp. Mainly because we're leaving today. Mainly because this is a massive chance. And what?
Trying if there's any more.
And also, I don't want you to look stupid. Do you know what I mean, though?
Yeah, yeah.
I don't want you to look really stupid.
You sound like you do a bit.
do you know what I mean? I don't want you to look like an idiot. He's on your lead, mate. Take it. Don't know where it is.
We don't know where it is.
No, that was an inch that way of your hook bait,
Okay.
mate. I really don't want you to look like an idiot.
Oh, there's one coming in from behind as well.
Mate, you've got to get one here, Neil. There's so many carp out there.
Look at that. 4 dark shapes in a 4-foot square. Not even 4 foot.
Oh no.
It's just dragged me 9 off, just seen it drag through shot.
No, it hasn't.
I don't play into the whole I've had an unlucky trip. But come on.
Mate, go and do it quick while they're out of the swim. I don't want him to look like an idiot here.
Well, it was a complete disaster, wasn't it? Potentially the chance of the trip, and the rig got dragged off by a massive liner. Though I chose to see it as an opportunity, potentially the 10 millers would drop in between the gravel, so I decided to go with a 15mm essential cell and 10mm cell straight from the bag with a little bit of cork in it.
Like a sad snowman lying on its side.
We'll go with a sad snowman.
The weather was getting warmer, we were days away from the full moon. What was less than ideal conditions throughout this whole thing was quickly turning good. I couldn't waste this opportunity.
It's visible.
Yep.
Lead clip, anti-tangle sleeve, stiff boom setup works really well. Even with that heavy bait, it kicks it out like F. I really like that. That's that you're getting a bite on this one.
All right, we'll make a note.
I'll make a note.
Yeah, don't hate that.
You tell me you hate that. You can't.
You can't tell
You
someone
tell me
you
you
hate
hate.
that.
Tell me you
If
hate
you hate
it.
that, you hate fishing.
You tell me you
You
hate that.
hate catching
You
carp
can't.
if you hate that.
You can't tell me you
No,
hate
I
that.
can't.
You
I ain't
can't.
gonna.
Do you know why?
No
'Cause
one
you love
can.
it.
I do.
That's why. It's because you love it. Your rig is very, 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 very good at kicking out. Very, very, very good. If you put cork in it.
Little plug inside the 15 miller, just
Okay.
to put a bit of buoyancy.
Okay, but even so, it's still quite a heavy hook bait.
Yeah.
It's not sitting up, is it? It's sort of sitting on its side, isn't it? Anti-tangle sleeve boom leg clip is, you ain't getting no tangles.
No,
with that,
you're not.
And you're not getting the.
And I use that a lot.
Yeah, that hook bait is not sitting next to the lead either.
No.
It's not. It's almost calm. It hasn't once landed next to the lead.
No,
has it?
not once.
And if we've learned anything, a rig that is straightened out and sitting away from the lead is the absolute ideal.
It's a spotlight. It looks like a comedian in an arena.
It does.
Everyone laughing at it.
And we were about to hit another feeding spell after a little zhuzhin.
It's weird because it's like you're putting out the little bits as well. It's making them definitely feed slower and closer to the bottom, but they are eating all of the boilies as well.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
there's no reason they shouldn't eat the hook bait.
No, I agree. I don't feel like I've got an oversized hook bait on because they are. Well, we watched that one earlier. Physically, I only picked up a 15 miller.
Yeah, but they've been eating chunks of 15 millers.
Yeah.
Like
Burying their heads in it.
little piles of them.
Don't talk about piles.
Oh yeah. Is there two there?
Yeah, one above.
One there, one there, one there.
Yeah.
Come on, turn left. Just don't get a mad line that scares them all and pulls your rig off the spot. That'd be handy if you didn't do that right now.
Can't happen again, can it, gal?
Probably not.
Yeah, he's going to be on a good line if he keeps coming.
That hook bait is such in primo position. It's
Yeah.
just that side of a few boilies as well. Come on! You right there, mate?
Yeah, mate.
Come on. Come on, tip down.
Come on,
Tip
one
down.
of you, race for it.
Tip down.
You both want it. You both want it. Oh, he's turned
I don't think any of them want it. What about this one from the right?
Or this one from the right.
You have to get a pick up.
Come
here.
on, come
He's
on,
going to
come
take
on.
it. He's going to take it.
He isn't.
He's going to take it. Take it. What's this one?
Oh, he might be the fish.
Take it.
Oh my God, that's an inch away. Just reverse a bit. I don't like him feeding right on my tubing.
Is that one going to come behind though? And is that weird, Ed?
I can't believe that. Look at it on there now.
So much feeding. OMG.
Yeah, yeah.
Mate, something's got to happen here.
Mate, even if it's getting done, something has to pick that hook bait up. Go on, go on, go on. Is he in?
Oh,
Don't know if the hook went in or not. The bait definitely went in his mouth. Was that? No, it's not.
Like, even if it's getting done, something has to pick that hook bait up.
I think I'd rather not know this was all going on. I ain't gonna lie. I'd just like to be sat with a cup of coffee looking out, get a little did oh, they're about, and then a screamer. That's what I'd like.
this is a lot. We can do more to get bites here. I don't know what it is though, because you put brighter hook baits on, they don't take them, but then you put
Matched hats, they
on
don't
and
take
they
them.
sort of don't take them. I just
Trebles.
That was about 20 minutes of nail-biting activity only to end in an ejection. But the tension was about to get worse. The gang rocked up again.
Tilt, tilt, tilt. He's gone past it.
He's missed it. Mate, they can see the kit. They must. They can see the kit.
You must be able to.
not bothered by it as such, but they just know that that bit ain't right.
Yeah, don't have that bit, I'll have everything else.
Yeah. And now you're waiting just for one to approach, like this one, potentially at the right angle.
It's even murked up a little bit down there now as well. This is what you need. He's eating quite hard, this one. He could take it. Mate, they can
see it.
They see it. I think in this really clear, shallow water, we need to be lighter stuff. I think we're overgunned. I think it's all obvious to them. I mean, you can't get a better feeding scenario.
No.
You get better feeding scenarios in like them coming down and picking up single boilies, but you're not getting harder feeding than this.
No, it's arguably the best we've had since we've been here.
Yeah.
I really thought that hook bait was just going to, I don't mean in that situation, but when I was sitting here with that hook bait, I'm thinking why would they not eat that? They've eaten so many of them.
Just tackle, that's why.
Yeah, it's got to be, innit? I don't feel like that when I matched the hatch and put that on, I still didn't get an instant bite. There was still a prolonged period of feeding, but logic dictates if they've spent a long time eating all of that boilie, why wouldn't you have it on the hair? And I never do that.
No.
I never do, because I my head still says that something more attractive will get me a quicker bite. But some of our best hook baits got ignored. Like, and I'm not saying I've stopped using them, I've carried on catching them now, but I have started to play around with matching the hatch. It's one of my biggest bits to take home from the whole thing.
Yeah, me too, actually. But you have to keep going back to the idea that you're 4 foot in clear water, small lake.
You do.
Because
that is very fair.
I'm not saying that you don't learn anything from these, but you tend to learn. I learn more from my own fishing over periods of time. Not what we think's happening by watching them, but what is actually happening in results. And the brighter hook baits almost always get you better results, apart from maybe later on in the year.
Yeah.
But that sort of time of the year, the yellow ones do normally do better, so it's weird to see them just to be ignored.
It's a fair point. I think what you learn when you're fishing on an underwater camera is how to get a bite in front of an underwater camera.
Yeah, that's true.
That is what is actually happening. You're creating a very alien situation and you're trying to put your normal fishing into it, which isn't right there and then to get the quickest bite possible. But I will put a but in there, it does make you question other things, and I think long term, if you can take some bits out, and as long as you try them, it's making you a better angler, full stop.
For sure. It's like it's shining lights on the floor to see if there's any bait left. Like,
Nothing.
No, nothing in it.
Not eating that one.
Bamboozling.
We were due off the lake at around lunch and we were running out of time.
I'm a little bit worried they're going to eat the camera.
Just cuts us, sorry.
Not that my heart could keep up with the sheer amount of fish cleaning me out.
Come on.
I'm bored of saying he's on the right line.
Come
He's
on.
looking good. He's got to eat it.
Come on.
But I had one more idea.
We're going to go for a wee, and then I'm going to just jump in and grab one. Okay?
Yep.
We had less than an hour left and I was tying up what would have been my very last roll of the dice.
I just know. So sometimes you know.
When you know, you know.
You know. Sometimes you know this is it, and this is it. It's a thick line, isn't it?
It's probably still less
Come on.
inconspicuous than the
He's going to take
tubing.
that. He's got to take it, mate. He's taking it. He's got it. No. Yes, you have got it. Yes! Thank the Lord. Yes! Oh my God. Them fish were in for 40 minutes, I reckon. Absolutely nothing. Then 2 come back on their own. 1 went down and took it straight away, hooked him. So I would say that they can see the kit, but when there's nothing left, they will end up taking it. So if you were fishing normally, you'd see that as a success, but obviously because we can see it in here, you think you should have got one sooner, but ultimately he's had the bite and it worked, didn't it? This is good. Okay, go on. Talk to the spoons.
I can't believe it was the first hook bait it picked up. He's coming round now nicely. He went hard left to begin with, but he's slowly coming round. Just trying to make sure I was clear of the camera.
I think it might be Scaly 20.
That would be quite nice. He's been in a lot.
I think he's actually Scaly 16, isn't he?
He's Scaly, that will do. That's what he is.
Scaly don't fall off.
Yeah.
It's mad, even though you know it's not a big one, it means so much.
Means everything. After being royally, I wouldn't even say mugged off as such, because it's not like the rig got done or possibly got done. To have that much feeding, and not get a pick up so much sooner. Effectively, I caught it on a single hook bait. That's what it feels
Almost,
like.
Yeah.
Can you imagine what this would be like knowing you've hooked the fully?
It'd be drastic.
My mouth's dry, my legs are gone, and I know it's probably a mid-double.
Come on, Spoons, first underwater carp. Yeah!
Yes! Get in! Oh.
Well done, mate.
Get in! Oh my goodness.
My track record on underwater has not been great. The first time I got to put a rig in front of the camera, there were no fish. That was at Black Luna.
Yep.
Dan had caught the only one that wanted to feed on that spot.
Yep.
We then went to Carplantis, and I had first bite and had a hook pull.
Yep.
And that was my only chance for the week. So I'm now sitting with you. We know that this is our underwater essentially.
Mm.
You've caught a few, and I've had a couple of, I wouldn't say I'd had loads of brilliant opportunities like rigs.
But you had given up an afternoon for science.
I did, yeah.
You've got to remember that.
Yeah.
People will forget that, don't forget that.
But that last morning where I'm minutes away from reeling, having to go home, it was done, it was over. And the fish fed so hard. If I had have left empty-handed, I might not have ever wanted to do one with you again. But thankfully that didn't happen. And when I felt the first time that my rig got picked up properly from a carp, I got the bite that I've been waiting for, weeded me up for a bit. But that elation.
It's relief more than anything, isn't it?
Yeah, it is, yeah.
At that stage, we really needed you to catch one as well. And I was slipping into depression. And it was literally an hour before we left, wasn't it?
It was, yeah. It was done.
It was done.
Was over.
And it happened. And it really, really looked like it wasn't going to happen. Yeah. And it did. So at least we could drive away with a smile on our face.
Big smile.
I've just had to sit through the most painstaking bit of rig watching that I will ever have to do. Fish were feeding constantly for 45 minutes to the point where I was on the verge of putting out a solid bag. But thankfully, my bucket weren't in place, so I didn't get it done quickly. This is the result of just being a little bit more patient. You can make that feeding spell what you will. I know it's left me with far more questions than answers. I'm gonna go away, have a long hard think about exactly what happened. But for now, not only do I get to enjoy an amazing 26 pounder that I thought was an upper double, the weather's getting better. That big un has got to be seen soon, he's got to be caught. And who's moving in onto the cameras? Stokesy and Damien Clark.
Got it. Got him, Damo, go on! He's flipping got it.
That fish does not know what's coming.
We were on the bank for a long time, weren't we?
Yep.
What can we take away? What have we got to make sure?
Okay, one is definitely casting out before the change of light, whatever it is. You want your rig settled as the light is changing, whether it's dusk or dawn.
Yeah.
For sure. Zero doubt.
Zero doubt.
One, try some normal bottom baits every now and then if you're not getting any pickups.
Definitely.
Yeah. Two, don't fish on chunky gravel. I know you're all bored of it, but don't do it.
Avoid it at all costs.
It's one of them things that's making it difficult for you no matter what's going down. So just ignore it. Fish to the clay to the left-hand side of it.
It'll be there.
Or the right.
Find it. It'll be there.
It'll be there. Pre-baiting.
Oh yeah.
Do it if you can.
Yep.
Don't be disrespectful of people next year, but if you don't like them, do it. Fair?
Stove it in.
Yeah,
200,
stove it in
300 tops.
Like Spooner. If you get it for free, just chuck it everywhere like Spooner. I think was that 4 or 5? 5 or 6 or whatever it is.
You struggled with counting. He's a long way up. He's near his personal best, actually.
Presentation over effectiveness is a very, very good rule to live by. If you're not presented, you can't get picked up, no matter how good it is. So if it's presented all of the time, even if it's rubbish, it will still be something that's effective and not getting seen. So think about that a lot. Fish bigger lakes. Little lakes are tricky. I would say, because we know that the underwater spots are difficult, they're difficult because they're clear and shallow and gravelly, and that does make it hard. You want to try and make it easier for yourself. There were like clay spots out in the lake that we know that Daryl and Tom Stokes caught from, and you just knew, because of the amount of action out there and because you know how different the feeding situation is that you're catching 3 to 1 on them spots. Another thing, watching this back, it reminded me that spring lasted literally 3 weeks, and people should make the most of that good weather and that springtime, because it can fly by. When we first got there, we were thinking they're not awake yet. This was like middle of April, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah. Thinking, oh mate, they might not feed. By the end of it, we were thinking they're not eating bright ones because it's so summer-like, and they're going to spawn any minute, and that was within 3 weeks. So that spring that everyone looks for, you need to be fishing March, not April, because it's gone before you know it.
Yeah, you need that lead up. You need to be learning in the lead up, so when it hits, you are like...
You're in tune and ready to go.
Prime.
You don't want to be learning in them 2 weeks, because everything changes so quickly.
Yeah.
I think that will change everyone's life if everyone lives by them rules. It's very easy to look back on these things and see where you go wrong and where it didn't go right, which is wrong. But ultimately, I had a really good time with you.
Oh, I had a great time.
It was funny.
Yeah. You were quite abusive.
Moron.
No, watch.
I'm gonna you this, and you. I wouldn't say that. You're a idiot. But we learnt a lot, and we're never doing another one. Again,
I'm out.
Because looking back on them is always good. I really enjoy looking back on them, because the good parts are amazing.
Yeah.
But it's so difficult to actually sort of live through it all.
Well, you've got between a 2.5 and 3 hour film for 3 weeks of
pain.
Mainly pain.
And
mainly
some little
pain.
cherries on the top, but they're worth it.
Oh.
It's cute, isn't it?
Cute.
Shall we kiss?